Hey everybody, sorry for that delay, but sound the alarm, because this is Blurred Alert, a place where we nerds talk toys, comics, movies, and more. Today's topic is going to be a ramble and rank with our very special guest, Brick Something, who's going to be joining us today to talk about our favorite 1980s action movie. And then after we list our top 3 favorite 1980s action movies, there's going to be a little bit of audience participation. We are going to have our first Blurred Alert blockbuster bracket where we're going to walk through. We're going to have some verses. We're going to have a couple of rounds in the spirit of the Sweet 16. And we're going to get down to call and crown the Blurred Alert champion of all 1980s action movies. And it's going to be purely based on box office is how we went through the pick of the 16. But we'll use our own opinions. I am going to abstain from the vote. Actually, no. There's 4 of us, so I'm not going to abstain from the vote. I'm going to vote. And if there is a 2-2 split, we're going to go to the audience and we're going to see what the audience votes ultimately is going to win that round of the brackets until we crown a victor. But before we really get going, good evening, everyone. I am Scotty Quippen, aka Quip, aka Steve Yerkel, and with me along on this fantastic voyage are my co-hosts and co-creators of Blurred Alert. We've got Brandon Gash, aka Gash Thompson.
Gash Thompson. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Flash Thompson, Gash Thompson, or in the spirit, is Flash Gordon an 80s movie?
That is 80s. That is.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. So we'll go with Gash Gordon.
Gash Gordon.
Hey,
Gash. It's also
this.
It's also a double initial. GG.
Yeah.
Again with that Mighty Marvel alliteration. Nice.
Yes, sir. So how are you doing, Brandon? How has your week been? What's good with you?
Yeah, the week is starting out, fast paced, got a lot of projects going on. But man, I'm super excited for this topic, super excited that Brick's here to talk about it. And yeah, man, let's vote. Let's get this out.
Fantastic. And also with us, my favorite new up-and-coming rising star in the toy sculpting world, Sebastian Gomez, también conocido como Pantalones Cortos?
Pantalones Cortos.
I thought you were gonna say Brick Something in the beginning.
Reveal. Hold on, you got to stand up now. We have to see. No.
Yeah.
What's it called? The pants that you could make shorts with the zipper.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The cargo pants.
Yeah,
Awesome. But yes, as I mentioned, Brick, I do want to formally, he has been around in the toy tube space. One of my favorite, just aesthetic with the styles and the vibe, your intro video, really giving some shine to lesser known folks in the toy community, making sure that we got some good representation. Actually,
He's the godfather of Blurred Alert.
He's the godfather of Blurred Alert for sure.
Yes.
That's how it's all came together. Ninong is what we would say. I'm the Ninong of Blurred Alert. Okay, all right.
Yes,
Absolutely.
honorable.
But it was your stream Sunday evenings, Needless Ephemera. We saw the news with Brick Something, where that was the genesis of Blurred Alert, where really the 3 of us came together and then decided to keep going. So it's only fitting that we bring you on and we chop it up. So how are you doing, Brick? How's your week been?
So I'm good. The week is off to a start, man. I'm exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
But still, it's been good. The show yesterday was great. I got to hang out with Bat Force Grumps. I don't know if y'all are familiar, but you probably
I am.
saw
I've seen
it.
them in different spaces. Yeah.
Yes, just cool to hang out with good folks and talk nerdy stuff. And what I like about that is because he's got a vibe, a bat vibe, and so it challenged me to kind of like, cool, I want to look at stuff, but he didn't mandate that it be bat-ish, but I did. So it was kind of fun trying to figure out like, all right, let's check this out, including some like Lego Fright Night bat stuff going on. And just, it was cool. Super fun. School today, I'm a teacher, folks, was fine. Again, tired. Definitely a case of the Mondays. As
little lagging
as
after we
Detroit,
skip forward.
Yeah, a little. I mean, I don't know. Feels like it's been a couple years of lagging. But yes, sorry, kids. You're lagging.
Fair enough. Well, if this is anyone's first time joining us, welcome. And if you've been an A1 since day one, aka a Blurred Alert major fan, aka a BAMF, then welcome back. And let's say hello to the chat and actually welcome the new and the true fans.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got VPG, definitely always first in the chat.
A1 day
since
one.
day one, bam. Yes, he is here. Evening VPG. We got J Shot 820 just dropping through to show some love, but he's going to be a replay crew. Hey, happy that you are showing us some love. And I know later this month we're gonna make an appearance, right?
Yeah.
On with J Shot on Between Two Sentinels. So that should be fun.
Oh, cool.
More news on that.
I think it's I think it's Wednesday. We'll have to figure out which one it is, but I think it might be.
Yeah. We'll dial in the date, but we're setting something
It
up
might
with
be
J
the
Shot.
Tornadoes.
Looking forward to it.
J-Shot and Machu.
Yep. We
Yep.
got Detroit Dave. What's happening? Blurred Alert peeps. What's going on, Detroit Dave? Want to give a special shout out to Detroit Dave. I know we don't usually do hauls. We can do it in a second, but he was so kind, knowing that I personally am off on a fantastic voyage with my baby girl, and we're watching through One Piece. Right now we're at the Skyopia, where they're trying to find the island in the sky, so that's fun. But what recently just dropped, and I was flabbergasted with opening the box, he sent me an Usopp. So like he sent me, and not only an Usopp, so there's an Usopp, he sent me a little like gift box, just unsolicited, very surprising, very heartwarming. I'm so thankful. Also a Kit Cloud kicker. Hold on, I want to make sure I give.
Let's see.
Give it some due diligence. All right, so a little reflection, but a Kit Cloud kicker from Tailspin, a Funko Pop to go up on the shelf up there. Now I'm starting a Disney afternoon Funko Pop collection, and then as we pay homage to Blurs in History, we got a Jerry Change the Game book to read with my baby girl. And we've got a whoosh. This is the Lonnie Johnson, Dr. Lonnie Johnson.
That's killer. That's
super
cool.
soaking.
Wow.
So just all sorts of rad stuff that, I mean, I am humbled. I am thankful. And so just wanted to give a special shout out to Detroit Dave and a special thank you.
Yeah, that would have brought me to tears, dude. That's like a custom package, dude.
Absolutely.
How do I make friends like you, Quip? How do I make friends like you?
We just keep doing it. We're just putting positivity out there into the world, and it'll come back. Just
okay. I'll work on it.
Yeah.
For
and
real,
then we
those
got
books though, I just gotta say that's cool, man. That think about none of that was accessible to us back in the day. And it's so cool to know that, yes, of course we have the internet, but also people are publishing books they can read to their kids. That's really cool. Good stuff.
It's so cool. Like I know even right now we're redoing my daughter's room, and it's a space theme, and she was like, Dad, I want pictures of like, the first Black woman astronaut. I want pictures of Katherine Johnson.
Love that.
And it's like, so we watched Hidden Figures, and she's just all about just learning about space and seeing the contributions, and the fact that we are celebrating those stories more and more. It's fantastic. And that's honestly what Blurred Alert is about too, just making sure that we can nerd out over fun things, and we're learning about different cultures, and we're also sharing about our culture. So I love it.
Love it.
Dude, I was giving my son a bath before this, and we're talking about space and people, and I kept saying, like, he kept asking me like when it started or whatever, and I was like, well, I didn't go into the Big Bang or anything.
Yeah.
But I did start thinking about like how stupid it is that we live like in a dot full of dots, in space, and like we had the right amount of things happen in this world that could like make all this happen. I felt really small, like in a good way, like perspective, like I got it real quick. And kids have a way of asking questions that you just like, because I don't want to BS them, right? Like I'm no scientist. I don't know all these things. So I always disclaim things by saying like, well, some people believe this or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just part of a speck like that. What's that Dr. Seuss book, The Speck?
Is it Horton Hears a Who?
Yeah.
Or was it
there we go.
Yeah.
It's Horton.
Okay. All right. So let's keep on rolling with saying hey to the chat. So we do have Andrew of Andrew's Gatey's Toys. We've got Chris Fresh. Tongue twister. We got Fresh Fresh is in the building. Chris Fresh collects. And we're going to circle back because he did have some questions for you, Brandon. I sent you his video.
I answered them. I
you did?
DM'd them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I
Awesome.
jumped in
Okay.
the DMs. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. I
Reached
just wanted
out.
to make sure we answered it because Chris is another
I know.
BAMF.
Day one.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
All right. We got Infinity Element. What's going on? We got TNT again showing up, showing some love. What's going on, TNT? Chris Babinski. Let's see. Who else? Oh, hey, look. He's here, there, he's everywhere. It's Brandon Gash. Rowdy Riles. Thanks for joining us. There he is, the young hummus among us.
Nice.
Technicolor is also in the building. Keep it going. All right, we got Brick in the chat. Allison Troy, Retro Toy Princess, Larry's Geeky World, Mr. Ryan Clark, and I think that's just about it right now. Sorry if I missed you. So many more. All right, gentlemen. So we're gonna kick it off with just having a discussion. We're gonna walk through. We're gonna do a slow reveal of our top 3 1980s action movies. And we are going to give Brick the honor of giving us his number 3. We're going to let you go first of just sharing. So what's your number 3 pick? And we're going to go round robin until we get to our number 1 picks.
Okay, my old brain is reminding myself I remember I know what it is. Got it. Number 3. I'm assuming this might not be one that's much of an overlap. We'll see. I went classic 80s, child of the Cold War, Red Dawn.
Okay. That's a good one, too.
That's good.
I went Red Dawn because you want me to offer some insight, or I don't?
Yeah, you can offer some insight. Yeah, we want to hear what about Red Dawn? Is it that just speaks to you? I know you were talking about product of Cold War, right?
Yeah, totally.
Why? What do you love about it?
So one, I'll just say let's talk action, because in terms of action films, I generally like to now live in a more fantastic kind of world. But even back then, it was a blend of stuff. So stuff that was kind of like meant to be grounded here in this world, and then stuff that's like in a galaxy far, far away, or in Middle Earth or whatever. So in this case, this was like about somewhere in the middle of the United States of America. We get attacked finally invaded via Cuba, right? We get invaded, and the Cold War becomes hot, and so. It's total silliness. I gotta say, like, if you know much about history, it's total like Red Scare fever dream in these. And I think for me, there were a couple things that I liked. The notion of this underdog, which is hilarious if you really think about what's going on here. But this underdog group of teenagers in a high school who are celebrating their resistance by taking the name of their high school mascot, the Wolverines. And of course, so the name Wolverine was also resonated with me. But the notion that they're thrust into this sort of resistance movement and trying to kind of like save their families who were thrown into this sort of concentration camp, and they're fighting for the freedoms and the life that they once enjoyed before they were invaded. And then, fast forward to the world we're living in now. But I just thought, so you just went to the modern version, but the old classic 80s thing, it was just a trip. It was a trip to sort of see this mind experiment of like, okay, well, what if we were invaded? And what if they were able to get to the point where they're imprisoning people and all the adults are trapped? So what is this next generation going to do? And full disclosure, I've always been interested in this notion of like rebellions and revolutions. Like if V was like an actual cinematic thing, it probably would have made this action film list, because that was another one that blended perfectly science fiction and with this genre of, I guess, resistance movements. But I don't know, there was just something about it. And if you look at that list,
Yeah,
I
There were
mean,
some
actors.
big stars of the 80s. Swayze, Howell, Sheen,
Howell.
Thompson,
Yep,
Jennifer
and I
Grey. Yeah.
was big into The Outsiders too as a kid.
Mm.
So like seeing some of these people on here was like, oh crap. I mean, it's kind of that. It's one of these movies that tends to be this who's who with a crazy ensemble, right? That people went on to do these other amazing movies. So, anyway, it was just this weird thing that, also for me, you know how my brain is. I like to get variety,
Mhm.
Yeah.
like the same old. Just so if I'm forced to do a list of 3, I'm thinking, okay, I want to cover a couple of different.
Is there like
Parts of the triangle. I was gonna say quadrant, but I know Quip would have corrected me. So I was like parts of the triangle. I don't know what you call that at that point.
corners?
Trident. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah. I
Is
don't know
there
what
a
you
good
would call that, but yeah.
Is there a good action scene that you remember from that movie?
Oh man. Well, yes, there are action scenes, but just that scene where he runs it for one of the first times and is holding up his gun, screaming Wolverines is just this image that's etched in my brain. But
Now,
there's
can
a
I
scene where
ask,
they
did you see this in cinemas, or did you wait for it to be on like VHS, or how did you see the movie?
Excellent question. When I was posting on social media today, I was pointing out that the only way that I could really access movies, if it wasn't for the rental sort of thing that started happening mid 80s, right? So some of these, I definitely saw it during the 80s because I was still in middle school, I think. But I didn't see it in theaters. I didn't see a ton in movie theaters. I could probably count on both hands. Before I was like later in middle school and able to kind of go off with my friends, we just didn't go to the movies much as a family.
Mhm.
But summer breaks and either go into the corner store once they started, especially when they were doing like the $1 a day or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, okay, let's go. That and then so renting videos or my uncle basically, taping what he could off of the cable.
Oh, I
Because
love it.
he worked for a cable company. He worked for a cable
Nice.
company. They got free cable and they taped a bunch of stuff. So I would go to their house, hang out with my cousins, and we just watch whatever.
Everybody at least in the 80s had one uncle who had the hookup with the cable company,
Mhm.
whether it was you getting a box or them being able to
Yep.
to record things for you, and then the other uncle worked in Japan and would send you things or tell you about things.
Oh man,
Now the
I wish
uncle
I
in
had that
Japan
uncle, but-
may or may not have been just as imaginary as the girlfriend in Canada.
Okay,
But-
Right.
We all, especially with hoverboards, which may come up later in the discussion. Okay, all right, cool. So it's just fun. Hold on, Gady's toys. Uncles who snuck me cigarettes.
Yeah.
And I will say, just in general, I was kind of like sucked into the conversations around communism and capitalism as a kid. Like I couldn't help it. I
Yeah.
love Different Strokes, and even Different Strokes at a certain point. Like I remember, I think it was Sam sent his little mouse in a rocket, and somehow it made it to Moscow and created an international incident because of germ warfare. But like we were fed that stuff, like for real, the threat of nuclear winter. And there was a point where even I, as a kid, I was like, this is garbage. What are we doing? And then I watched this film, and even though it was layered, and even though you're rooting to like kill the commies or whatever, I was like the notion of them coming together and being like, nah. And it was young people like fighting back. There was just something that really resonated with me. The politics were off, but there was something in it that resonated with me. Just like, the rebels against the empire did, and a lot of other things. So
Totally.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. So Break's number 3 pick is Red Dawn. Hold on. Let me see.
Solid start too. That's
solid start. Sebastian, your number 3 pick, and why?
So I did change my list in the beginning of this episode.
Do you want me to?
Well, I think it still works. I hate that it's number 3, but my other 2 are just top. They're like top tier. So I'm gonna go with Rocky 4.
Rocky
4. All right. Well, let me switch this up. Rocky 4. Throwing me for a loop. All right, cool. All right, so why Rocky 4? And I mean, I
why
feel like
not?
I can answer the question exactly. I mean, it feels kind of silly asking
Yeah.
why Rocky 4, but let's
It had
see.
everything, dude. It had tragedy. It had highs, lows. It had freaking machines. Basically, uh, that dude Drago was a machine, right? And it had the little guy that could, Rocky. And I mean, there was a couple of visually very cinematic movie.
Mhm.
That's a poster.
Again, you're picking. I mean, this is a very 80s topic of the
Mhm.
US versus Russia Cold
Right.
War stuff. Yeah.
We're living
Well,
it.
so
Yep.
I watched this not living in the US, right? So for me, that was kind of like, okay, cool. To me, it was just like,
Look at that poster.
couple-
Oh my god.
look at that. I love that they
Yeah.
did the nipple too. That's I love this guy. And spoiler alert, when this guy gets knocked out and doesn't get back up, it crushed
Mm.
me.
Apollo.
But also, like,
Yeah.
he was so freaking cocky, dude. And you're like,
Living in America.
Well, you have to. If you're not cocky in his outfit,
Coast to coast.
come on.
I
You got
mean,
James Brown.
that Apollo Creed.
he had a little,
Andrew,
he had a
hold on,
little,
hold
he had
on.
a little
Where was
power
this
line
at?
to him in that
Yeah.
in that dance. But
I could see that. Yeah,
can
yeah,
see
yeah. James
Yeah,
Brown,
so-
definitely an inspiration for Michael Jackson, who was an inspiration for Powerline. So
Big
there's
time.
just like Brick is the grandfather of Blurred Alert, James
Mhm.
Brown is like the great
Godfather
grandfather.
of Soul.
Damn, I went from Godfather to grandfather there.
Grandfather of Soul. We just
Godfather.
aged him up.
Sorry, not
Damn.
trying to call you
what's
old.
that?
Yeah.
No, but
Oh man.
so obviously Rocky 4 is a fourth movie of so there's a lot of development before that.
Yep.
But the action scenes, that training montage in the snow killed it
Yeah.
for me. Like, that is
Super.
inspirational in every way.
Mhm.
The soundtrack, also that leather jacket with a little bit of fur that he was wearing during that
yeah,
training
that was-
montage was insane.
That's
And
iconic.
yeah, I mean, what's not to like about a muscular dude working out like with really crude just like equipment compared to the other guy working out with like 12 dudes watching him, and he was
Machine.
getting
computers.
like syringes at all time.
Yeah.
When the
Yeah.
wife shows up at the end and she's
Mhm.
like, she wasn't gonna show up. But yeah, Rocky 4, the soundtrack, everything about it is like,
Yeah.
when I was watching it in Chile, like, that was America for me. Like, that was just like, okay, that's peak.
Oh no.
So yeah,
Yeah.
tell me about this, Sebastian. Like, how old were you? Did you already
I
have
mean,
seen
when did this
all the
when did this come
Rockies?
out?
1985.
Okay, so I'm an 88
Yep.
baby, so I probably watched this like early 90s.
And had you seen all
Um,
of them in sequence, like Rocky 1?
So
2,
yeah,
3?
the time might be weird, right? Because they came before me, but I did watch them in sequence.
Okay, cool.
And even the bad ones I like the one with where he became a mentor to, what was it, Billy, I think.
Yeah, what was that kid's name?
I liked that one. That was 5. That was where there was a
5,
street
yeah.
fight. Oh wait,
Even
no.
that one-
I'm thinking the Tommy the Machine Gun.
Tommy.
I
Okay,
think that's it,
It was
right?
Tommy. Okay, all right. So it was 5. Yeah.
But that was kind of like one of the not the best, but even that was a solid ass movie. And that street fight with the cars, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Street Fighter, dude.
and
I
he
will
did,
say
like,
so.
yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
I have a personal story of shortly after becoming a father. And
You get into a
there was
fight.
just one night where my daughter would not sleep, didn't need a bottle, was dry, clean, fed, just cranky as all get out. And so I stayed up all night, like, with her, and I was like, okay, all right, cool. Let's just see what's on TV, put her in a little bouncy chair and everything, or hold her for a little bit until she like chills out. And there was a Rocky movie marathon that was on.
Oh.
Nice.
And so that's how I had seen all of them here and there, like a little bit, but there was this one night where I was just up all night long, watched through all 5 of the Rocky movies until she
amazing.
finally like drifted off and like chilled out and like fell asleep. So using Rocky to kind of, one, stay awake so that I'm still like with her to try and soothe my child. But that was just a, lock in. All right, me and my daughter, it's just us letting wifey rest and sleep. because she did the brunt of the work actually bringing her into the world. So I was like, I got this now that she's here.
Right.
And for that Father's Day, because of that story, my wife actually bought me like all of the Rocky movies, and then
cool.
it's extended into a love of the Creed franchise. So it's just a fun
Insane.
little
sure.
like personal story.
They did a
So,
great job with
yeah.
that, dude.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that's awesome. Great number 3 pick, Seb. And moving on to Brandon, your number 3 pick for a 1980s action movie.
I kind of shifted. Oh man.
Oh no.
You're messing up all my images. It's fine.
It's all good. It's all good. The list hasn't changed. Just maybe the order, because it's very hard. Y'all
It is
gotta
hard,
know.
yeah.
It was super hard. It was
having the top 3 when the 80s just like crushed
Yep.
it. They're
Stacked.
from year to year. There's like I couldn't name out every single one that I love because I love them all.
It's hard too because there were a couple movies where it's like like I love the original Alien, like and it's like nope, cut off 79. Or we talked about Rocky 2 specifically, and it was like nope, cut off 79. Or well, what about Terminator? Nope, cut offs like 91 or 90 or Terminator 2. So it's like like there are movies that we either
or T3
being in the 80s or I didn't hate T3. Or there are movies that like we discovered in the 80s, but they were out in the 70s or late 70s. So yeah.
And also with like some of them eking for the top number 1 spot, but then something would have to draw it back to be like, well, man, just little things just to keep it off the list. But I have honorable mentions like a son of a gun. But
we're not
going
to
get there.
Number 3. We're not talking about the honorable one.
Dude, you're really drawing this number 3. You're
I
really.
swear to God, I
we
made
haven't
notes.
even done all of our numbers.
I made
oh
notes.
my God, look at that. All right.
I made notes because I'm like, oh,
but
these
go
are the
ahead.
ones.
Give me your
these are
number
the
3.
ones that
Which is it?
trigger so much. Okay, so my number 3, I'm gonna say Batman, 89.
Ooh, Batman 89. Okay.
The more I was thinking about it, I was like, it's really up there, but I have to bring it down because my other ones are so.
Okay.
First of all, I love this movie. It was probably like one of the first ones I seen with my dad, besides RoboCop, besides the other ones on the list, and I seen it for the first time on Betamax. If any of you kids remember Betamax.
Betamax.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
It was kind of the thing before VHS.
Right there.
That
Now,
poster is so good.
I'm going to say this about the movie, okay? The theme song to bring you in is a certified banger. Like the intro of that movie, it's a march. It's like it's a call to action. You're excited before you even see the characters. You see the logo before you see the characters. It's crazy.
True.
The design of the movie, like you see Gotham before you even see the characters, and it looks wild because it's like a real matte painting. I appreciated that. Let's see. It's brooding. It really feels like Gotham, like to me. And like some of the movies, they capture it, but this really captured it to me. The props. Who could say anything about these damn props? All the wonderful toys. Like as a kid, I'm seeing Batman whip this out. Joker had like his own little devices. Even like a gas mask was really cool. Like in that show, walkie-talkies. Then you're talking about the Batmobile, the most iconic Batmobile. On film. Like I don't see anybody touching this movie. Seriously. Let's see what else we got. Costumes. The pacing of the movie is a fast movie you put on. You get from beginning to end within like a little bit of time, and you're keeping pace.
And you said the theme song by Danny Elfman, but then there's also the soundtrack by Prince.
I was gonna say,
give it up. Party Man right in the middle of the little art gallery thing with the Joker. And as an artist, I'm like, you're destroying art, but he's making art. So it's like, oh shit.
and also
go ahead.
No, it's your pick. You
okay.
Continue.
Also, like for me, like I guess I didn't see it in theaters, so I don't know exactly the hype for this movie, like lines around. But when I did research and see some of the special features and stuff like that, people went crazy for this movie. Crazy for this movie. Huge. Like getting the bat symbol etched into their hair, billboards, like big. It was a large movie, and so for that, man, it was really hard to push this all the way up. So it's number 3 because I got other ones on this list. But I loved it. Batmania, yeah, big old
Batman
thing.
absolutely was a thing. Hold on real quick. I want to get the actual numbers
Bat dance.
because in preparing for the later brackets, I had to walk through, look at the number 1 movies for all the movies within the 80s. And usually these movies were close to making, on average, about 200 million, give or take a few million. But Batman, 1989 Batman, box
Huge.
office worldwide, 401 million. Almost double what the number 1 box office earners were for every other year in the 80s. The only one that came kind of close to that was in 1982, E.T. the Extraterrestrial made 359 million. But Batman, boom, far and above. If you're just talking dollars, that Batmania, it translated into guap. And the fact that also Batman 89, we're talking about things leading to other things, kind of being the progenitor of comic book movies as a whole, right? Like there were comic book movies, but this was one of the you had Superman, but Superman's numbers again were not Batman's numbers.
Yeah,
but also, I mean, I remember it, and that was one of these movies that we did see in theaters. We had a whole little family incident. My brother went to go get tickets real early and ended up in a massive car accident, but he was good. The Volkswagen bus didn't survive. But I remember that being huge, particularly what was different from, I think even like the Superman movies is that there was always a strong link to the comic books. And I remember by that time we were doing trading cards, we were doing comic book adaptations and everything Batman, and it was massive in like comic book stores. And I feel like everybody was rolling out, like hardcore comic book fans, people that kind of remembered it from the TV shows or Super Friends. And it truly was like Batmania. It was like Batman on everything. And it was kind of wild as a kid to be like, wow, everybody gets like this Batman. And kids, I remember in school that I was like, oh, I didn't know you like this stuff. But they were all about it. So
what month did that movie come out in? Do we know?
It was during the summer.
Yeah, it had to be a summer.
Yeah, I remember I was in like a camp thing that I had to come home early because of that.
June 23rd, 1989.
So was that Halloween pretty Batman centric?
It had to have been.
I just remember everybody had Batman t-shirts all of a sudden. It was like everything. For a good while.
Yeah,
and it only led to like it was the beginning of a franchise, right? That second movie was awesome, and I don't know. It was a big deal. For sure. And like you said, it kind of launched the modern
blockbuster,
comic
right?
book
Like the
movie.
superhero
exactly. Exactly.
Like and also to put it this way too, because my dad he got me on all this nerd game. So he was like, before the Keaton movie, we only had like the Adam West movie or the TV shows. That was our live action.
I love the Adam West, the Batman 66. Yeah.
But it was like you went from campy to like, this is serious. This is brooding, Dark Knight. You know what I mean? So it was like really such a step up for the characters' representation. And for the time, it's like, hey, Batman's grown the hell up for all you Bat geeks. You know what I mean? So my dad just infused me with all this stuff. He was like, you got to see this. But before you see this, you got to see the Adam West one. This one's really fun.
You got to earn it. You got to build up to it.
You got to build up.
No, I agree. Similar experience.
Oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, this is the first time it's ever occurred to me. I haven't heard anyone talk about this, but I wonder what the link was in 89 between this like hype around this comic book movie and Batman and what later becomes like this huge 90s comic book thing, right? And the whole speculation market. Because I will tell you, like, there were folks who were like, they thought everything Batman was going to be worth a whole lot. You had to get the trading cards, all of that stuff. There was this assumption that, it was going to turn into like the next big thing. And then it wasn't just a couple years after that we're seeing like, you know, all the speculation market on all the new #1s, X-Men #1, whatever, right? And then eventually Image Comics in the 90s. So I wonder if there was like a little bit of that prestige and attention put on comic books in general that kind of helped push that whole phenomenon.
I don't doubt it. I mean, it definitely had to contribute to it. Technicolor saying same gash. My dad showed me the 66 movie when 89 came out. Andrew saying that Batman took the Star Wars and 80s cartoon marketing machine and created a monster. Hella Geek, what's going on? Another A1 since day one. October 11th, 1989 was his favorite birthday memory because he got the entire Toy Biz line, plus a radio-controlled Batmobile.
You serious?
That truly is epic. My first action figure memory, and this just happened to come up on Geek Dead Life After Dark because Jay had recently purchased the Robin that had came out, like the superheroes Robin. So my earliest action figure memory is getting that Batman 89 Batmobile, getting that 1989 Batman, getting the superhero Robin, and then putting them all together, getting the decals on it and everything, and launching those yellow missiles for the first time and losing one immediately. I lost one of the yellow missiles, and that is the origin story. I like to say I have a yellow bat missile shaped hole in my heart, and I have built a wall around it with mint and box toys ever since then. Not really, I mean, I opened some of my toys, but I'm sure something, I mean, that happening to me at 5 and searching for days, if not months. I remember moving from that apartment that I got that toy in and hoping, well, if they move the sofa, then now I can really like look around. So it was, you know, I walked out of there like Will Smith on that final episode of The Fresh Prince, looking around the empty apartment. No,
slow closing the door.
Somebody's gonna send you a little rocket at some point. You're just
Somebody's gonna send a little missile.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is my story around it. But no, those toys, I mean, those toys were fantastic. Yeah. Okay, great number 3 pick. As we're saying, this is hard. It's hard to rank these things and decide what goes where. Now we're on to, hold on, sorry, Allison. This is Quip's villain story. When he snaps and takes over Gotham, he'll steal everyone's neon Nerf projectiles.
There we go.
I was watching the Super Mario movie where he's telling everyone that he wants to marry Peach, and they're all like, all right, weird. And they're like, what if she doesn't marry you? He's like, well, then I'll just destroy everything. And I was like, oh, okay. Sure. That's a good reaction.
Yeah, totally normal. Okay, so my number 3 pick is no 80s action movie list is complete without some Arnie. So we got to talk Arnold.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
This is one of my top Arnold movies overall. I think Arnold movies is actually its own episode where we go through and we list like favorite Arnie movies. But right now, the one appearing on my list is The Running Man.
Great movie.
Wow.
So many quotables. Just love the concept. This is pre Hunger Games, right? This is Stephen King, even though the movie didn't have a lot to do with the book. I know in 2025 they remade it. It was more of the book. But this has got my hands down number 1 favorite Arnie quote in it, which is, I live to see you eat that contract, but I hope you save enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your GD spine. It's just such, like, it's a
that is an 80s line.
80s line.
Yeah.
And, it's just all the different one-liners. You know, what happened to Buzzsaw? He had to split, right? Just fun, action-packed, very cheesy, very hokey, and then it's got Arnold. So
was this a team up movie or was it just him?
It had Yaphet Kotto as well from Alien. Yeah, yeah. Who else was in it? I'm trying to think of who else was in it. I feel like one. Well, who else is in it? If only
Wasn't
there
the
were a
host
website
yeah.
from Family Feud in
from
it?
Family Feud. Yeah, I want to say Richard Dawson, but I
Richard
don't know
Dawson.
who it is.
Dawson, man.
Is it Richard?
Yeah.
Yeah, Yaphet Kotto. Jim
Yeah.
Brown was Fireball.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh,
talk
that's
about
right.
OGs. Yeah,
Maria
Jesse
Conchita
Ventura was
Alonso.
Captain Freedom. I almost forgot about
Which is
Jesse
in-
Ventura. Yeah,
which is
so
insane.
many just great people in here.
Who was the actress? Who did he?
Maria
Conchita
Conchita Alonso.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I had such a crush on her.
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, Professor Toru Tanaka. He was Sub-Zero. Okay. All right. Yeah. And Richard Dawson was Killian. Okay.
Wait, Brendan,
so-
have you always loved Hispanic women?
Oh, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's got a type.
yeah.
He's got a type. And his type
I
is
like
his wife.
spice.
It's
Yeah.
his wife. His wife is his type. Do not get him in trouble, Sebastian.
Don't get me in trouble.
Yeah.
She watches this.
Yeah. I say
Hola.
I pulled up. You were headed for a mountain, brother.
I'm not heading nowhere. She knows. She knows my fever. got the antidote.
But yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
it's all
All
good.
right. So number 3 picks done. Number 2 picks. We can go.
Well, no.
in-
I want you to take
Okay.
a break 'cause I do want to hear how old you were and how did you see the movie first? Like, did you see it? Like,
I
wee
saw
baby lad,
Running
you
Man
snuck and
on
saw it
TV.
on Stars. Yeah, tell me the
Yeah.
story.
So
How big
first
was
time
the
I saw it
TV?
was definitely on TV, made for TV. Things were edited. I think
Okay.
eventually. I don't think I saw the
Oh.
unedited version until I was an adult. Honestly, there are so many movies that I experienced at a certain age that I was recently thinking, it's like, man, okay. Some of the stuff is a little intense, like for my kiddo, because modern parents are actually worried about their children having nightmares versus we just had to tough it out. Nobody cared about us seeing a horse die in the swamps of like sorrows. Nobody was worried about us like that.
Nobody cared.
So
Drink some
I-
Robitussin and go to sleep.
yeah, I do wish that DVDs actually had. So you know how they'll have like extended versions, they'll have theatrical versions. And I know it might be hard because different networks would edit different things or like clip it for time and everything. But I do wish that if maybe they could start offering like an airplane version, like a clean, almost just to kind of like watch it with the kid. Now, as an artist, okay, all right, is that what
It's
you're
okay.
like,
It's
hey,
okay. I'm just having a. Because
yeah,
some of those dubs are pretty bad. You're like,
So
get
bad.
out of my house.
Yeah.
I don't.
But I was just thinking, it might be fun to be able to watch it, to introduce my daughter to the idea while she's still young, while there's still like that childlike wonder, and she could
Yeah.
still appreciate it. Different things would fly right by her, just like they did as they did all of us, where it's like we didn't pick up
Sure.
on certain undertones or innuendos that you go back and watch it again, and you're like, oh, whoa, I actually know what that means now. So
Sure.
I was just thinking, it's for made for TV edits, just for funsies. I mean, you don't have to watch it. It's a special feature, so it's not taking away from the purist or from the director's cut or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just another fun option for people that do want to.
You want the
to-
blockbuster video versions.
Yeah,
Remember how they used to have
just a little
those
bit?
safer
Right, just playing in the
edits?
background,
Yeah.
Wait, they edited some of the movies?
They did, and to a certain point, they were actually had so much control of the market that if they were say that we wouldn't carry a movie, sometimes movies wouldn't get greenlit.
Oh, wow.
And they came from a very sort of a little conservative place.
Really?
And so, yeah. Anyway, that aside, I hear you,
All right,
and
we
I
need to do a
understand wanting.
blockbuster episode.
If I could throw an because like these filmmakers work on this thing and
They do,
they want to present it in a particular way. Just like
Yeah.
I'm like a widescreen guy back in the day when we had to pay attention
Had
to
the
these
options.
things. I would
Yeah.
I would try and get the widescreen version. But
Same.
but there's maybe stuff like sort of age appropriate or developmentally appropriate, like from the 80s too, that you could enjoy and then wait till
And we have, and we do.
they're
Like,
right.
Yeah.
Wait till they're ready for the blood and the
Good
naughty
word.
words and the
Melted face.
three
Yeah.
breasts. That was a different argument.
That was a different one.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
Total Recall in the 90s? I forget. But so I saw the edited version on TV. I don't remember the exact age that I saw it. I just know I saw it. It resonated with me. Big Arnold fan. Probably, I mean, if we're talking again, age appropriate things. I think T2 had to have come out I think it came out in 91 in theaters. But I think I saw it in 92, like on home video when it finally dropped. So I had to have been 5 years old when I was watching Terminator 2 for the first time. And it's one of those things that, I had nightmares of T-1000
Dude,
chasing me
so
and everything.
you mentioned
I gotta get a walker.
you mentioned you mentioned the 80s, 90s. One of my favorite movies ever is actually Kindergarten Cop, and that was a 90 movie, like 90.
Yeah.
And I remember everything about that movie. The villain was like terrifying.
Absolutely. The slick back haircut. You're walking through the mall. It was a very real thing. I remember looking around the mall like, is he here? Is he going to kidnap me?
It was a mama's boy, dude, that was just totally unhinged. And I remember the mom of the kid had the off-shoulder sweater thing. And I lost my mind, like as a kid. And I remember when I started dating my wife, she had one of those. It might have played a part in her being my wife.
Sounds like it played a part.
The off the shoulder thing,
That's so funny.
Anyways, that will be for our 90s episode.
Yes. We're definitely going to circle back. We're going to have a 90s episode and we're going to have an Arnie episode. So,
well, this has to be a part 1, man. This is.
We're going to do other genres. We can do 1980s comedies. We can, trying to keep it loose enough to where
just action.
So right now it's just action, but we'll keep going. But with that being said,
it's a very testosterone-filled episode.
We're at 46-minute mark, so we're gonna keep it rolling.
Yep.
Your number two, Rick. What's the number 2?
My number 2 was a number 2 in the franchise, and that was not one but multiple aliens, plural aliens. That was an amazing movie. I remember like the idea of sort of horror thriller mixed with action, mixed with sci-fi. I had seen the first one, but I don't quite remember if I saw the Alien first or after seeing Aliens. So I don't remember, but they're so different, right? I mean, that you've got the one that's very much this like, this super sci-fi, hard sci-fi, psychological thing. There's things coming to get you, and then the second one is just like, all right, well, we're going after it, and we're hunting it, and we've got the space marines and everything, like the vision of the future where they're in stasis pods, and you've got the military that's both got men and women in it, and I forget Vasquez, super buff, totally reminds me of like one of my favorite Cosmic Legions figures, Vorga with a big old gun. One of those things where, I love that quip that you think about your daughter in that way. Obviously, my parents, they were just gone. So I was watching things and I was a little kid being like, oh, did he just say that? And, learning language and things I shouldn't learn from these films. But then there's this whole notion of her, Ripley, right? And Ripley and the little kid. And as a little kid, I wasn't that little, but as a kid, I could get into the stakes of it and the fear of it and all that. And then it ends with this gigantic, essentially mech battle with this alien.
It does.
What a shocking ending. Like,
what's that quote? Is it "Get away from my daughter"? You
know what it is.
It was everything, man. It was, and even
I told you guys that I went to New York Comic Con this past year. I went to a panel where she spoke and she said the quote, and I got it on. I got it on my phone. It was amazing.
So cool.
Love it. Yeah. But to what Brandon was saying about Batman, in terms of the props, Aliens was the same for me. And to this day, like I have the sound of that gun and the look, the sound in my head and the readout, the little LED readout of how many bullets it had, all of that stuff.
Power loader.
The sound of that power loader, and just her being like this grizzled, like.
Well, this was also the movie that had those Reeboks, the Alien Stompers.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Which those I am still trying to get, but they're expensive as hell. But they're beautiful.
Yeah, but like Ripley was like one of these early badass women who was like, she was the center of the thing, and it was just kind of cool to see her. Like, again, I don't remember how much I had watched the first one or if my brother just sort of filled me in on who Ripley was. But the notion of like, she was the one who survived. She's like hesitant to go on this thing, but she's like, I got to go on this thing because I don't trust the corporation. Again, if you see a through line of my sort of political development between Red Dawn and this and where I'm at today. But, and just, of course, the aliens themselves, like that is the perfect movie creature. And we get a bunch of great movie creatures in the 80s. But that one coming out of the 70s with Giger's stuff and then how it developed in this one, like it was just beautiful. The spit, everything, the movement. I love Aliens. Aliens was the dropship. That whole dropship scene, and like
absolutely.
From the sci-fi perspective, it was like, oh yeah, of course. It's like they got to drop these guys in and just anyways, love it. Great
what
film.
I love about this choice, because this almost got on my list. But like it is an epic tale, like what you're saying. Like at the beginning of the movie, they're finding Ripley. It's tragic, man. Like they wake her up and tell her like, hey, your life that you had here on Earth, you're actually 80 years has passed or whatever. You got a daughter, she's dead. Like it's tragic, right? And so when she's getting thrown into this mission, like, hey, there's a colony, and then they're like, well, I told you not to mess with these things. How did you do what you're doing? Now you have to undo it, and you want me to go along with it? Okay. And then they put her with these unstoppable Marines, and you're thinking, okay, easy going, right? They got all the gear, they got all this stuff that should stop these aliens, but you don't know that these things are like killing machines. Plus there's a queen that is just huger than life, and you're just thrown into this big story with the best special effects at the time too, and just the fake out where you think it's over, and then the queen's on the ship and then splits Bishop in half. I lost my mind the first time I saw this movie. Like it just blew my wig apart, because I'm like, what did I just see? I had to rewatch. It's like one of these epic movies that we just don't get anymore.
And so sorry, go ahead, Brick, and then I'll call out.
Well, it's a big thing. Well, go for it.
Okay, all right. So just real quick as we're talking, so Alice and Troy, Retro Toy Princess. I was such a Star Wars fan that my parents took me to see the original Alien opening night. The night before I started kindergarten.
Oh my God.
That explains a lot about who Alice and Troy has become.
Good for you.
Yeah, man.
She is very tough and strong, and I have experiencing this, going through that trauma the night before kindergarten. That'll toughen you up.
Little kindergarten Allison. I wonder if she was clued into and relating to the little girl, or to Ripley.
I would not be surprised if she was about. I know who you're about.
There's
to say.
more options. Well, maybe not.
Vasquez?
Or I was going to say, or the aliens.
Yeah, maybe.
She was like, excellent, yes.
But you know what's sad about
that
this
queen
too? Now that we're talking about it, like, do we get like badass heroines, like super badass females in like our movies like this anymore?
Well,
I mean, we do.
She's no Ripley, but she did a great job in the new Alien movie that came out, Romulus. She's young.
She was okay.
She's
but
young.
She was no Ripley. You can't touch Ripley, dog.
I mean, you got Ripley and Sarah Connor both.
She's not trying. Yeah. Well, God damn it. I feel like at least Romulus brought back Alien, the franchise, to like a good standing place.
Sure.
But Terminator still, that hasn't happened for Terminator. I mean, I like the one with Christian Bale, but not a lot of people liked it, I think. What was it called?
Salvation.
Salvation, right?
But I got a story with that one, but
Christian Bale was in one. Yeah, I missed that. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he's John Connor.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Oh,
Well,
I
and
thought
it
you were
also
talking
has-
Alien. I thought you were talking
No,
Alien.
no,
I do
I
remember
I
Salvation
remember that.
because I remember being excited to see Terry Crews in it, and he was literally just a dead body, like in Salvation. I was like, what? Why?
Well, it did have one of my favorite actors at the time, who was that dude from Star Trek that ended up passing away. The young guy. What's his name?
Oh yeah. The kid who
The
was
guy who played
Chekhov.
Chekhov. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was heartbreaking.
Do you guys
That
know
was.
how he
He
passed
was
away? Because it was a
on the
crazy
rise.
story.
It was terrible. Yeah, no.
Didn't his own.
Let's not bring that.
We don't need to
story
go
up,
into
please.
yeah.
Today,
Anyhow.
another time. It's
that's
pretty.
right.
Anyhow, yeah.
Well, let me
No,
just say where I
great
was going to
pick,
go
but-
with, where I was going to go with Aliens is that we generally, the four of us, traffic in toys and toy talk. So the Batman one we kind of glossed over, but that obviously had a bunch of awesome toys. And Aliens, I remember, Alien in general had a funky toy history, right? They made a gigantic 12-inch Xenomorph for the original thing, and that was actually a pretty like seminal toy for a lot of my friends in terms of like that was the one that got away. It was so scary, it was so cool looking. But then the toys that eventually would come out like a little well after Aliens, when they're trying to maybe do a kids show or kids cartoon, or were awesome. Those Kenner Aliens toys were badass, and Mondo of course is helping to bring that back, but they're just beautiful, really beautiful
They
toys.
really are cool. Yeah, the Kenner line. Yeah, I mean, obviously I got to work on the Mantis Alien for Mondo, but that Kenner line was so rich with like Bishop and like explodey action features. You did have a Ripley. You did have a Power Loader. You had a lot of things that went on. Hicks. You had Hicks in there, dude. Like that whole lineup, and even the card art is so iconic too.
Yeah, if you like
blood background,
squint your eyes and just look at the shapes in that whole first row. It was really cool. It was a premium effort just in terms of the different types of bodies. I was talking about it with Grumps yesterday about how like this is wait, was that? I think so. Kenner was doing this stuff after Star Wars where they were kind of like just looking for that next thing because Star Wars was the cash cow. Then 86 comes and the movies are done, and Lucas wasn't interested in their pitch of continuing the toys and pushing the story. So they glommed onto a lot of different properties, and this was one of them. And so was Superpowers, and they just made really cool toys. Cool. Look at there's like very little reuse going on in that. They're just let's invest.
This unlocked a memory. I used to go to school with the little face hugger, like squishy thing that came with it, like just wrapped around my finger. Just because it's easy to transport. It just goes around my finger. I can go creep out a girl that I like at school or whatever with it.
Nice. And one of my favorite concepts, that far right one there, that ATAX. Just the notion that they would have like a mech that looked like one of them as a sort of like, oh man,
that's just a toy, right? Like that design.
It's just a toy.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to have seen that, right? Like, so cool.
These are so much fun. Yeah, come on, Mondo. We need to make some more of these Kenner inspired figures, dude. Man. Yeah. Yeah, I always wanted the Power Loader. So did you see Alien? I forgot. You saw in theaters?
Aliens I did not see in theaters. Aliens was a rental.
Gotcha.
I remember seeing that in our den and being like, whoa, with the lights off and everything. It was so cool. And then rewatching it like pretty quickly until we had to return it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was just cool. I remember sitting there drawing stuff, and yeah, it was incredible. Like a visual feast for sure. Cool designs, everything. I don't even know who did production design on that, but good job, whoever
I
it
know
was.
Stan Winston designed the Queen Alien.
The creatures.
Yeah, it had a lot to do with that production. And I love the behind the scenes. If you guys watch any of the special features, like James Cameron had a hard time making this movie because like they filmed in,
was that the one in the UK?
England? Yeah, UK,
and everyone hated him. Yeah,
taking their tea breaks and everything. And he's so pissed off. So good behind the scenes stories on that.
But so definitely the aliens. Okay, but I was just gonna the designs of the ships, all that stuff. Just not just the aliens, but whoever was doing production design and designing the guns and all of the stuff. It was brilliant. Anyways, that's it.
Okay.
Brilliant.
All right. Fantastic. Great number 2 pick. Seb, what's your number 2 pick?
You know
for
what the
top
good thing,
3
Quip, is that
action
we're gonna
movies?
buy some time back because my number 2 pick is Aliens.
Hey,
Oh.
also awesome.
All
so,
right.
so your experience with Aliens when you saw it, why it was on your list as well.
Just the world building. I think what I love most about the 80s movies is the relationships between the cast, because these movies were actually kind of funny sometimes too. Like their back and forth was hilarious. Vasquez was awesome. I love how her gun was so big that she had to do like, what's it called? She almost had like a gimbal for it, the way it worked.
Like a steady cam deal.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I love, what was it, Newt? Is that her name?
Newt,
Little girl? Everything about Aliens movies. They're the few movies that I watch now, and they still just focus me. Like I'm in them from the beginning all the way to the end. So yeah, and like I mentioned, I'm still a really I still love alien movies, and I'm glad that they have people that actually care about them that are still making them. I actually met Fede Alvarez at a con here in Columbus. It was a horror kind of. There was a lot of masks and a lot of that kind of work, which is where I met James Groman for the second time.
Mhm.
And I was walking the floor. I knew that he was around, but I didn't know if he had left. And I was walking the floor, and I turned up and I saw him, and I was just like, "Oh, it's you." And I rambled just garbage. Like I just totally fanboyed.
Were you like Troy in that episode where he met LeVar Burton? He's kind of like frozen.
Well, so the funny thing is, not to make it too long and not to make it about myself, but I ended up in this wide open floor that had the celebrities like all lined up like that along the wall. So I looked around and I saw his table, but he wasn't there. So I was just like, "Oh, what happened here? Like, did he leave?" And the security guy is like, "Well, not that many people showed up, so he just kind of like sketched on a thing and then left." And then and he gave me a poster that he had sketched on, which is a poster from a horror movie that he co-wrote with his partner. I don't remember the name, but it's not Aliens, it's something else. So I have like original sketches by him on one of his posters. So when I saw him on the floor, I was like, "Hey dude, I don't know if this is legit, but a security guard gave me this. Would you sign it?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I did all these." So he signed it. But anyways,
Cool.
Aliens, amazing movie, still holds up in every way.
Yeah.
And
Okay. All right. So Brandon, your
Oh.
number 2 pick for
All right,
your
my number
favorite
2 pick.
80s action movie.
I'm gonna just tease it like this.
Okay.
Ooh.
Predator. Predator is my
Predator.
number
We have
2.
our second Arnold
Yes.
movie appearing on the list.
I don't think
Is that the first one?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, first one dropped in 87.
The best. So I do have notes on this guy too. So let me go through them.
Give them to us.
Love it.
Let us hear it.
It's an epic intro. Like they drop you into the jungle really quick, just like boom, boom. The music, everything. Carl Weathers, Arnie,
Yep.
the whole
Second
build
Carl
up.
Weathers movie.
it is-
Yeah.
Just muscles and testosterone everywhere.
Yeah, if muscles and testosterone made a movie, this would be it with aliens. It's so good. It was so hard because it's like, man, this is so good. Does it level out Batman? For me, as a horror fan and like sci-fi fan, it's my peanut butter and jelly. It's action, it's sci-fi. You really like don't see, it's kind of like Jaws. You don't see the alien really until it's like way late into the game. So it's like that build up of fear in the jungle. You're like, okay, these are mercenaries. They're in the jungle. They got a mission. Mission goes bad. Dudes, look at that. Still iconic to this day. Still iconic to this day.
Yeah.
And the build up to actually seeing the alien, the actual predator, you're like, man, this badass guy's getting knocked out. Jesse Ventura's getting knocked out with that gun. Like, how's this even possible? Carl Weathers, like, what? The whole squad is getting murked in this jungle, and then finally you see this thing, and it's like Rastafarian dreads, camo, like the whole design is perfect to me as far as like making a humanoid alien warrior work. And I also have like some behind the scenes tea. Like originally that was not supposed to be the design. Like the design of Predator kind of looked like a red lobster. And actually Jean-Claude Van Damme, like one of his first acting gigs was actually playing that alien, but he got so mad and hot in the jungle he quit. So then and plus they were just like really not satisfied with the original design.
And that's why when he showed up in Break-In, it was a tank in short shorts because he was not going to overheat.
Not going to overheat. You got to do the splits. You couldn't do the splits of his costume. So I love the special effects, the music. Like I said, you got Arnie, Carl Weathers, Jesse, Bill Duke. Bill Duke's role in this whole movie is just insane to me because he's real quiet and he's dry shaven. Like for me, if you dry shave, you're crazy. But it also brought out a lot of his character. He's like, man, what else can I say about this? The action is over the top. Like when they go to that little village trying to rescue the old army guys, like it's really sick. You know, it's like Arnie's lifting a Jeep and throwing it at people, man. It's like this is insane.
So I had no idea, again, just learning this, just scrolling as we're talking about Predator. Peter Cullen was the voice of Predator?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Uncredited. I had no idea. So that's another, it's an 80s legend. So
you
wow.
ugly son of a I guess so.
Do it now. Kill.
What else did I have on here? Just the design too. Like let's give credit to Stan Winston again. You know, going from this to Aliens, like a lot of his designs really made the 80s. If you really break it out, Terminator. Come on, man. Like there's a lot of things that I just love about this movie from start to finish. And I even love Predator 2. Hot take. I love that one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like people like Stan and Winston should have been mandatory for them to be like mentors to a bunch of young guys to try and develop at least one that could carry the same kind of thing. And I know there is a lot of people that do great things, but these names back in the 80s and stuff, how they're just like banger after banger after, and they're so different too, their designs. Stan Winston was also Small Soldiers, right? No?
Was he?
What was that?
Huh. Okay.
Stan Winston
Small Soldiers.
Was it Small Soldiers or no?
Oh yeah, his company
know.
did the effects to that. Yep, sure did.
Okay. Nice.
I'm sad to say I've never seen that.
You've never seen Small Soldiers?
It's a
That's
great
okay.
movie.
You would have aged out by that point.
Wait, come on, man.
That's the
I'm
thing,
about
though.
to
I
leave
could
the
age
chat
out.
right now. I'm just gonna.
Bye.
Come on.
He just said that Small Soldiers was okay.
Yeah, no. Oh, I just said it was okay.
No.
Oh, I said it's okay that he didn't see it.
I thought you said the film was it's okay.
No. I love Small Soldiers. I was that key demographic. I was the right age for it. I can understand why Pop was, what were you playing Pinochle, Brick, when Small Soldiers came out?
No, that was just like 2 years ago. I started.
Okay, fair enough.
Man.
Okay.
It's worth a watch if you're like, yeah. It might not hit you the same, but it's worth a watch. It's a very 90s.
Yeah,
it's a very 90s movie.
Yeah, and I mean, just the concept of it's almost like I would compare. So if you have Home Alone and Problem Child, Small Soldiers would be like the problem child to Toy Story, where like the concept is the toys come to life, but it's a little edgier. There's a little more danger, and of course it's live action, but it's a concept where
what I like about it is that
yeah.
the focus is in the toys. That's what I like about it. The humans are a part of it, but it's
There was a good point out right here. Technicolor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Gremlins with action figures. There you go. That's perfect.
Same
synopsis of it.
I like that one better.
It worked.
Small
So wait,
Soldiers brought
but
Henry
wait.
Rollins and Bone Thugs and Harmony together.
Oh, was Henry Rollins the main general dude? Who was
No,
Henry?
that was
No, that was
no,
Tommy
that
Tommy
was,
Lee
see.
Jones.
and
Tommy
there
Lee
is
Jones, but let me see. Yeah.
so the toys that I have back there, they speak, and there was a badge that was made with the original lines from the movie, and then they realized that they were problematic, so they made new ones. And but I have the original with the Tommy Lee Jones quotes.
Nice.
Oh, so the get together of Henry Rollins and Bone Thugs is they did a cover of War. Ooh.
Oh,
yeah, they covered War. Yeah,
Oh,
I remember
Chris
that.
Fresh
The soundtrack.
yeah,
The
there we
soundtrack.
go.
Okay.
So thank you,
Anyways,
Chris
sorry
Fresh.
for
Absolutely
derailing
nothing.
conversations.
Nope, it's fine. We're
Absolutely
rambling and ranking. So
That's all
Here,
right.
real quick
that's the name
before
of the
we
show.
go on, let me just
Mhm.
say that was awesome. You named Predator. That was one of those. I was like, oh, like you, Brandon. I was like, oh, I wanted to put that on the list,
Yeah.
but that's where my head was like, well, let me try and diversify because I can't have Aliens and Predator.
And Predator is so
But
close.
It's
They're
What
like
I will
perfect
say, when
movies.
I suspected that maybe we'd be talking about Predator because when I was talking about Aliens, I was like, man, they just produced like the perfect alien, and then I was like, in my head, I was like, yeah, but Predator too. That was the other one, man. That was a perfect
It's
one in the 80s.
so good.
Okay. And then also Stan was also behind the Penguins design and the Commando Penguins in Batman
cool.
Returns. So thank you for that fun fact, Telegi.
And another fun fact was Stan Winston Studios developed the Iron Man suit for Iron Man.
Oh, wow.
The first one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Great suit.
Ooh, Justin Mohan is saying Arnold might be coming back to Conan.
Old Man Conan? What are we talking about?
We'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know.
at the end of that movie, he says they talk about him when he became King Conan. So he's always talked about wanting to actually make a King Conan film.
I thought you were gonna say he said I'll be back.
Nah. Do you remember that at the end he's sitting on a throne and you've got Mako kind of with a voiceover talking about him and his further adventures.
So great.
Bro, it's so crazy. I worked on the Super
Favorite
7
Splinter
collectible for King Conan. And so like rewatching the movie, you're just like, why don't we get the story of like he's here, he's just resting, but it's like, I want to know what happens with Conan, man. Arnie's Conan.
Beautiful tease, man.
Yeah, we got to see this.
Yeah. All right. So we are on to my number 2 pick, rounding the corner. But right now, just jump into it without further ado. Back to the Future. And this was hard for me because part 2, you got the hoverboard chase scene. You've got him going back into the movie. Actually, calling an audible just live right now. I just convinced myself I'm actually going with Back to the Future 2. Love Back to the Future 1.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you
Back
at
to
all.
the Future 1 was a nice, complete story. It was open-ended. The only detractor from Back to the Future 2 is it does end on a to be continued. But honestly, I got to go Back to the Future 2. I love it. Just that hoverboard, that aspect of, oh my goodness, what now? 2015 didn't turn out to be that way. But just the idea of what could the future be. You got to see, like, it's the first time that I remember as a kid seeing a movie go back into another movie, like pick up exactly where the last movie left off, with that scene where Doc pulls into the driveway and he's like, oh my goodness, we gotta go, Marty, it's about your kids. It's not you, it's your kids. It's like, what are they becoming assholes? Just so many great quotables. Griff, just that character, the design of the punks, them going back in to 1955, and then now you're having clips from the first movie, and they're like intertwining them with film and new shots from the second movie. Just my mind was blown seeing kind of that split screen, and then even different dynamics of Marty hiding in the back of Biff's car after he picked it up after it was damaged from, getting manure in it after the skateboard chase scene in the first movie. Just so many great things. Another cool thing that happened in Back to the Future 2 was very I was gonna say very Nutty Professor, Meet the Clumps, where Marty played like himself, his son, his daughter.
That did happen.
just, and I didn't even realize that was him. Like I knew he played his son, like that was obvious. But as a kid, I did not realize that was Michael J. Fox playing his daughter. It didn't register to me. I just thought, okay, all right, he's got a daughter. I wonder who's playing the daughter. But
Well, I didn't even know that was a thing. I gotta watch it now.
He did that.
and I didn't. He made a very pretty woman. And it didn't click with me. But I remember thinking, oh, what if we got those dehydrated pizzas?
Oh, I was going to bring that up. That is my
yeah.
favorite part of the movie.
Yeah.
I still want that to this day. Pizza Perfect. You just put it.
Give us those dehydrated pizzas.
Get out of here.
Come on. Yeah.
And the mags, right?
Oh
Also
yeah,
the
the Nike Air Mags,
yeah.
just those
Oh,
shoes.
yeah.
I still need those. I have a spot when I can get them. I'm going to put them there. I almost went with the BLERD
Yeah.
replicas, but I didn't like that they were bull mags. Like I was like, would rather them have the like Nike branding, but the bull mags, they looked cool. I almost pulled the trigger on them. I just never did. Yeah.
That jacket, the self-drying jacket,
Very cool. Yeah.
all the tech
Everything,
in this movie just made me want to live
aesthetics.
in the
Yeah.
future.
Even this little
Michael-
girl with the keep it. I got a bulldog now. Like, and the name of the actor. It's Jason something.
Scott Lee.
Jason Scott Lee.
I was waiting for it.
McFly, those boards don't work on water.
Water?
No,
Yeah, it
McFly, you
Unless
bojo.
you have the power.
Unless you got power. Yeah, but the fact that he called him a bojo, just and just a really young Jason Scott Lee, who I loved from the live action Jungle Book that they made. But even him just coming back, being a part of I'm also thinking about him in Lilo and Stitch and about how he was in the live action, but he was also a voice in the animated version from the early 2000s. But just so many people getting different small bit roles that went on to do so many cool things. Billy Zane being one of the punks in Biff's gang back in 55. Flea being Needles of McFly, like that. I almost did it. Stop myself.
Don't do it.
McFly, where the scene where he gets fired and he calls him a chicken and everything. It's just.
Was that a firing via Zoom too? Like
I think they called out Zoom calls. They called out Zoom calls and being fired over Zoom. And
it was like printed, right?
It would print out all the different, like in all through the house of you're fired. Damn. It also predicted. Let me see if there's actually a photo of it when Marty Jr. comes home. See, it's not bad looking. When Marty Jr. comes home and is watching all the different TVs, he's like, give me channel 372, 45, and it's just a bunch of screens going.
Yep. Sure.
And I like how it's not all on one TV, but we do have picture in picture now. People will be watching things like on their phone or watching
picture in picture. That's cute. You mean like a computer screen with a bunch of tabs and windows open at the same time?
I'm doing jumping around.
Right.
Oh, I didn't even think
when they
about
went to the sleaziness. It was real sleazy that part of the movie.
The alternate 1985, which we were talking a little earlier.
Gonna say,
we don't need to get to it, but it did. It predicted another future aspect of.
Well, actually, if you wouldn't mind bringing up Allison's comment earlier, I think that pretty much.
Oh, let me see. Hold on. Where is it? Did Allison?
It was at 7:52.
Okay. All right. So we got this 53, 52.
Yeah, I love
hold on. What are the greatest
two above that.
Okay, all right, two above it. Okay, all right. In reality, nobody wins back.
And here we are.
Oh man. Okay, so would I rather have the hoverboard or a DeLorean that doesn't time travel? I'd rather have the DeLorean that doesn't time travel. Like I'm okay with just having the car. That is another. I would love to have that because I've got a replica hoverboard. It doesn't need to be real. I don't need a real hoverboard, but it would be awesome to have.
But whoa. But do you get the DeLorean that hovers?
Oh no,
no. He gets right.
Oh, that's true. Does it hover? Does it have a hover conversion and it's just not a time travel anymore? I'd honestly be okay with a stock, couple of upgrades. Like I've looked into it a few times. There are different DeLorean specialists that will swap out the engine with like I think it's like a Porsche Boxer engine or something like that. But there are different upgrade kits that they exist, and it's cool. And I would love to do it. It would just be fantastic. The like I know one of the issues is the fuel lines rot because the fuel lines are all made of rubber and they're not steel. So you have to switch out components to like make it last, like have some longevity. But I would love a DeLorean. If you're asking. So, hey, Detroit Dave, VPG, if you want to send me a DeLorean, I wouldn't say no.
A real DeLorean?
Oh, hold on.
Just
Can we
wait
put that to a
until-
vote? Can we do a vote? Like, who would want the DeLorean?
Oh, the DeLorean or the yeah. We can. That is a fun poll, right? Our
because as a kid, like I
let me
would
remove
die
this.
for a hoverboard. Dog.
Yeah, because I've got all 4 of the Jada like DeLorean replicas. Hold
Nice.
on. Yeah, they're all over
Those are
here.
good.
There's my hoverboard right there. Yeah.
DeLorean.
I love this movie.
Nice.
All right, so let me switch it on over.
Did you see that I showed this before?
Oh,
That-
yeah.
nice.
Let
There
me
we
make it
go.
big. Will I
Yeah.
make it? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, the
You really-
VHS,
Are you gonna focus?
fresh
Yeah,
and
yeah.
minty. There you go. Now it's focused. Awesome.
Can I say something too? Because as a kid, like
Mhm.
the posters for Back to the Future made me want to draw that good, like Drew Struzan.
Yeah, dude.
And like it still inspires
Rest
me
in
today. You don't
peace.
get R.I.P. legend. Like those posters do something for me. It was like it's telling a tale before you even put in the VHS. Because you're like, I'm going on an adventure with Doc Brown and Marty, and they're going to get in some. It's one of those favorite movies.
Dude, and Michael
Like,
J. Fox
so
was
good.
amazing. Like, what could have
He was
been.
perfect.
Yeah. He was his charisma was insane.
Yeah. Oh man. Good
Yeah.
pick, man. Now I want to watch these dang movies, man. All these movies
Yeah, we
tonight.
gotta do it.
Yeah, too bad we gotta work.
Really good pick though. That was
Yeah.
I didn't get to see the first one, so partially it's because I got to see Back to the Future 2 and then 3 in theaters. But
Mhm.
that one's always the one that sticks out to me. I love the first one. The first one was brilliant. All the plotting and everything with the time travel was excellent. But there's something about that second one I really love. And people were talking about things in the chat like the Pizza Hut glasses. I remember those, and just being super into those goofy glasses. And it was a cool time. Good time.
So many good things about this
They even
movie.
had
Just
like
love it.
an 80s cafe. So it was like a retro 80s cafe.
Yeah, the Cafe 80s where you had Reagan.
That's
and-
cool.
You played
Michael Jackson.
Duck Hunt and Hogan's
Mhm.
Alley.
It's a baby
Beautiful.
game.
That's a
Young
baby.
Elijah Wood.
That's right, little
was
Frodo.
playing- The baby was
Call
playing.
out.
Yeah, was playing Crack Shot. So,
Crazy.
And then
many
just
different people. Yeah.
Typography too. That title treatment, like I think Star Wars, to me, it's like Star
Yes.
Wars,
Yeah,
and that
pulling it up.
treatment for Back to the Future, even the to be continued in the end,
Yeah. Mhm.
and then
So
the to be
good.
concluded. Oh, so good. I remember seeing
Just-
that too and being excited by the post credits, or I think it might have been pre credits, sort of teaser for Back to the Future 3. That was kind of a cool moment in the theater.
Yeah, real quick for the poll, we're talking just as they function. So hoverboard. So the hoverboard would function, and then we said DeLorean, but it doesn't time travel. But I'll add it. Yeah, you can have the hover conversion kit on your DeLorean if you wanted to. It
Nice.
just doesn't time travel. So you take time travel out of the equation. Which would you rather have, the DeLorean or a hoverboard?
Oh
All
yeah,
right,
Wild
cool.
Gunman.
Just-
Sorry, not Hogan's.
Yeah, just oh man, so great. Like you
So
said,
good.
just the treatment of some of the posters.
I'm a little
the-
surprised, Quip. You're always usually like talking real sensible about shelf and space, and you're like, give me the DeLorean.
The whole
Give it to me.
DeLorean. Park it out front.
Garage, let's go.
Oh yeah, Huey Lewis in the news. Loved Huey
Oh,
Lewis
yeah.
in the first
Yep.
movie in the appearance, but again, just the Back in Time, the soundtrack. But Alan Silvestri, who did the opening theme, the score, right, for Back to the Future. You talk about getting you in the mood for adventure and just kind of that childlike wonder of like what's going on, and just love it. Just so great. Fantastic movie. This is probably my favorite trilogy, just of any trilogy. But
Were you sad like me at the end of the third one when the DeLorean gets wrecked, and you're like, oh man, no more adventures.
The
But
train.
they got the train. But
They had the time
the
train,
train.
and they even
They had
did
the
the whole
train.
cartoon and
Yeah,
everything.
they did.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So,
did the cartoon. Yeah.
yeah.
You already
remember,
did you did the poll, but sometime if you go back and talk Back to the Future, the next poll should be which Jennifer do you prefer?
Ooh.
But anyways, let's keep
That
going.
is probably a detractor, particularly on the heels of International Women's Month.
Yeah, I know.
The way
I was
that
just
they
about to
treated
say we just turned
Jennifer.
it more into a sausage party, but sorry.
Yeah,
let's stick to the boards, okay?
No,
Bad
but
form,
but
bad
no,
form.
legitimately about how that is one bummer that I like that they explored Jennifer's character a little more at the beginning of the movie, but the fact that one, Doc just knocked her out while they were in the car,
Right.
and they were like, yeah, leave her in the alley, she'll be fine. Like not
Yeah.
even in like that. That really does speak to how women characters were treated very often. I mean, it shows the different ends of the spectrum of you have complete warriors like Sarah Connor and Ripley, and then you have
Right.
this is inconvenient story wise. I think Robert Zemeckis has actually said, well, I wouldn't have had Jennifer get in the car if I knew we were going to do a sequel, and so they legitimately just knocked her out, put her in the alley, had her wake up and kind of move through the house again, but then she passed out again, and conveniently we're going to leave her on a porch. Don't worry, the future is going to morph around her. Always hated that part of it.
So weird.
So probably the one big negative that I would say about Back to the Future 2 and 3, and ultimately how they just kind of left Jennifer out instead of exploring it. Yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer. But all the other things, cool. The Jaws in 3D, what was it?
3D,
Jaws 15, I think. All sorts of fun, awesome things about the movie. But I mean, you mentioned Jennifer. That's definitely a weak point story-wise for me, anyway.
Yep.
All right. So and then VPG was just like, first Jennifer. All right. Brick something.
It's my turn?
Yes.
Yeah,
What
that's
is
right.
your
One.
number one pick of 1980s action movies? Your number one pick, yeah.
It was sort of already summoned because of the commentary earlier, and that's Conan the Barbarian. Milius is
Not
Conan
surprised by that.
Okay.
the
Just-
Barbarian.
yeah.
You do
It
like naked
is-
guys.
Well, 100% love naked dudes, big buff, naked, sweaty dudes. No, but with swords. So what does that say? But also,
Pause.
this was
No pause, press play.
Unpause.
Press play. That's where
That's
I'm at. I'm
speed.
with you,
No.
Brick. Keep going.
I know. I was just messing up.
With the just it was very much like when I think action, I was like really struggling because, like, of course, as Quip has mentioned a couple different times, Arnie has to be in this list because he really like ran the gamut and kind of jumped genres. You know, even though he had a fairly limited skill set when it comes to acting, but this movie was dope because this was all the stuff that I remember from being as a kid with the fantasy stuff and like seeing on like, you know, the side of a van airbrushed or whatever, that fantasy art that my uncles had, you know, in their rooms that smelled a little funny and a little smoky. But like this was it, and it was intense. So they ended up doing a sequel, Conan the Destroyer, but it was like super campy, and it was kind of just, you could tell that they didn't have the same sort of vision guiding what they did with this first one. Like this first one truly was like, okay, let's take the sort of source material, as whether that was the novels or the pulp novels and the short stories and novellas, or the Frank Frazetta art. And like, what if we actually went as serious and as grim and as intense as that world was? You know, what is best in life? Yeah, like all of that. His story, it gives us the origin. It shows us like dude was like, you know, he was enslaved and he just turned this wheel and just got strong doing that. Then they throw him in the pits, and there's just all sorts of like, well, and if you all know me, and you've probably seen me on this thing, like I am the least dude ever, which is hilarious to me because like my number 3 featured a football team like being guerrilla warriors to protect the United States, which is so not me. But in this one, yeah, it's the same thing. It's like big buff dudes and like swords, but there was just something about the fantasy world of it and like completely removed from this place that we're living in, and just there's snake people. James Earl Jones was brilliant, man.
Yes.
Tulsa Doom. Anyway, I love this movie. I love the trio, the three warriors that get into it. It's cool. Like, and they really, for my money, haven't made a Conan movie at all, or TV show or cartoon since then that was just as good, as really captured, at least in my brain, of what Conan is. So
Hey, Dave.
it was wild.
Yeah. Dave Wonder in the chat. What's going on, bro?
And real quick, shout out to Dave Wonder. His comment, 100%. I love Mako. Mako, who ended up being Uncle Iroh in Avatar before he passed on in the middle of that series. But Mako was like one of, like we had just a few Asian dudes that were there. Mm-hmm. He wasn't necessarily someone I was like, oh, he's cool, but his voice, the role he plays in this film, the way he sort of like, he's this tiny, scrawny, old dude who can kind of put Conan in his place with this big, giant, buff dude who, like, could easily like slice him in half. But there was this like, I don't know, that was cool. And then we talked about the King Conan thing at the very end. It's his voiceover with Arnie in the chair teasing this. And yes, thank you for bringing that perfect timing, because it's what Sebastian was bringing up earlier. Like, this has been talked about for a long time, and the idea that we're somehow putting it back into production is kind of cool. I hope they really lean. Yeah. I hope they lean into the Milius and the Howard of it all and the Frazetta of it all, and really get back to that.
Yeah, I think it was Brandon that brought it up. I had no idea this was the thing, but it's great.
Oh, sorry, was it Brandon? My bad.
About what? About the
King Conan?
Yeah,
I think Justin Mohan brought it up in the chat, and then we started talking more about the work with it. So yeah.
No, dude, I could use some campy, just dudes being violent, and women as well. I could use some good old violence in that way. I was wondering, so I know I haven't seen these movies, but I know the new Predator movies have been well received.
Oh, good.
So is Predator like the best standing franchise from the 80s, like making current stuff?
Predator? No,
yeah, right. Because aren't they doing those Badlands and stuff? They're not the same thing.
Well, they are. The newer ones are better, but they have a stinker in the bunch.
Do they?
With that, and they have Alien v Predator too. Kind
of. Oh, sure, but that's
some
like
of the things.
That's old at this point now, isn't it? How old is that?
That's almost 20 years old.
Yeah, now. Dude. That's like vintage.
It's considered old. Yeah.
Now it's considered it's vintage. It's old school.
Yeah. You should see those videos where they have young people on the internet and they ask them, how old do you think he's old? And they're like 32.
Yeah. But I wanted to piggyback on what Brick was saying about Conan. Like, when I first saw it as a kid, I think I saw it on Betamax too, aging myself again. But like for like sandal and sword type movies, like this was the one, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like it just like from start to finish, and even though Arnie shortcoming in like actual acting, like he really did carry this whole movie from start to finish. Like it's kind of unbelievable.
This was perfect for him.
Yeah, and it's just all muscle and like journey, and it really just ends on such a climax that you're like, yeah, I'm in it for the next adventure, and then we didn't really get that. So hopefully with this newer one, we're given a good treatment, even though Arnie's up there in age. It's still, you got stories to tell, man. Tell a good story.
What is he? How old is he? Like 70s, 70s?
No idea.
How old is Arnold?
He's gotta be up there.
Yeah.
But if anybody can do it, it's him.
Arnie.
Yeah, maybe that's a different character. He would have aged. It would have been, age appropriate. But the other thing I just went, like the notion of like the camo thing is also a thing that like sticks in my head. The way that by the end of it, they're very different trio with a whole different camo look. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just cool. Like, and it wasn't. Yeah, it was They had a couple big set pieces and everything, but yeah, it didn't have, you know, Game of Thrones money and all of that, or Lord of the Rings money, but it still did a
Well,
lot
but I feel
for
like
its time.
a lot of these movies, that is the reason why they were good, is because they had limitations, right? And they worked within them,
Yeah,
whether they were
creative.
financial or VFX or whatever. Yeah, I even watched. Yeah, I don't want to go too tangential, but I watched. I watched an interview with a director of a lot of Pixar movies, and he mentioned how back in the day with the first Toy Story, they had to change the way they did key story parts because of the technology wasn't there. And now
Mhm.
that they can do anything, it's almost dangerous because they can do everything. So it's harder to kind of
Sure.
nail down like a specific vision. And then all these old movies, like Brenda mentioned, like they don't bring the bad guy until late, and
Mhm.
you barely see it, and that adds to like the horror kind of suspense aspect of it. So I think limitations are good when it comes to stuff like this.
Absolutely. And so, not to cut it short, but to cut it short as far as moving along, because we still have the
Yeah, no, you're
big
good. You're
blockbuster
good.
Sure,
bracket that we got to hit.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yep.
So great conversation around Conan. Also, just wanted to touch base on the poll that we did take about DeLorean
Oh,
versus
yeah.
hoverboards. No surprise, 60%. It's a 60-40 split, but 60% went with the DeLorean. It's
That's
just
close,
more
though.
practical,
That's
right?
close.
You can fly over traffic.
Right.
And it's just cool. And you could bring somebody along with you versus, I mean, sure, you can carry somebody on the hoverboard like Doc carried his
And you.
beloved Clara like at the end of Back to the Future 3, but still the car is more practical. All right. Seb, your number one pick, jumping right into it. What is your number one?
I mean, it's got to be Terminator.
Gotta be Terminator. Another
Arnie
Arnold
again.
pick.
Man, Arnie was the
Well,
80s.
he's the king, dude. He's the
Jeez.
king.
Of 80s action movies. That's hard to argue.
That's
That
hard
I
to
mean,
argue.
hard to argue against it, right? Like why? Like yeah, Arnold was that dude.
But yeah, Terminator. I don't think it's aged as well as the second one.
No, but again,
Uh,
we're keeping it 80s, so I can
right,
understand why.
right.
Mhm.
But it still has. I mean, the fact that he's straight up bad guy in this one, right?
Mhm. Yep.
The outfits, everything. I love
What was that poster? Go back to that poster. Go
the
back. Yeah, when did that happen?
that was AI back in the day.
It
But,
reminds me of the
it-
painted ones from like India where they would hand paint.
yeah.
So if you go back to the one where was it John Connor that was running with Sarah?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I loved his character. I don't know his name.
Michael
but,
Bean.
Okay, but
Yeah.
I love this character, and I like shoes, and he has Nikes. I think they're called Rebels or something along the line, and they have cool straps on the top. And I rewatched this a little bit ago, and I went on eBay to see if I could find those shoes, and I couldn't, but I got some different ones that are similar. But anyways, yeah, 80s movies had cool shoes for some reason. I don't really know what's going on with that. But yeah, it's a great movie. Like I said, anything within the Terminator world, I love. And
Hair.
oh, and Sarah Connor in this movie, she rides like a really crappy moped in the beginning of the movie for like.
You thought it was crappy? I like that moped.
No, but it's crappy in the best way, dude. In the best way. So like, I think I mentioned to you, Brandon, that I was working on a game like a solo kind of thing, and I wanted to make a level where you would like one of these, you know, in the Ninja Turtles in the sewer where you just scroll through and they come at you.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make a level like that where my character has that same motorcycle. So I started modeling. But yeah, it's just a great movie.
Nice.
I don't have many specifics on this movie because I don't watch it as much as T2. But it does have my number one just because it's Terminator and it's Arnold.
That's fair. Real quick, checking the chats. Detroit Dave, we will not shame him, but he has never watched any of the Terminator movies from start to finish. So you don't need to be ashamed.
And they're not that long, dude. Right?
They're not that long.
Yeah.
Take a moment. Hey, we all have different priorities. We'll watch different things.
Required homework. You need to watch number 2 at least.
Number 2. I want to say that it's one of the best movies ever made.
Probably one of the best.
Yeah,
Man.
Dustin. The scene where he breaks into the police station with a car used to scare me as a kid. So much of this movie.
Well,
is
this
just
is
scary.
kind of a hybrid movie. It's very
Yeah.
much like sci-fi, but the horror
Oh, I
elements
have it. Yeah.
are so strong. Like this
Mhm.
did scare me as a kid. Like I literally ran away when he started digging in his eye and like
Oh,
saw like a robot eye behind Arnie, and
yeah.
it's just like
And
shit,
that mask makeup is terrible. And you're like, oh
it's
god.
terrible, but you buy it because
Yeah.
you're already invested
Sure. Yeah.
in what the story's telling you. It's like this guy can't be stopped. You can shoot him, you can throw grenades at him, you could try to run him over with a car, but he will not stop. He will find you. And it's
Yeah.
like set up at the beginning, almost like the serial killer type mystery.
Oh sure.
So it's like all the Sarah Connors in LA are dying, and you get to meet Sarah Connor. and
Oh,
she's
that part
working-
was insane, dude.
It's
Where he's
insane,
going through the actual book and just taking him out. He's
Yeah.
not even asking questions. He's just like,
Nope.
I'm just
He's
going
going
through
to
the
your house.
freaking list.
Yes,
What
Scary stuff.
do
crazy.
you think these movies get better with child stars in them? Because the second one had obviously young John Connor,
Eddie Furlong.
Furlong.
and
Yeah.
then the Alien movie had the young protagonist. So it's that whole like taking care of the kid while kind of going on your journey.
Yeah,
It's pretty
Stan
interesting.
Winston. Yep. Stan Winston
Anyways.
again on the list.
We'll keep moving. We'll keep moving through the list.
Yeah, and then
Bill
fun
Paxton,
fact,
holy
real quick. Yeah, Bill Paxton showing up in this movie again. There are just 80 staples. People were steady working.
He's
It's cool.
punk
A lot of
rock guy.
crossover. Yeah.
Well, he was also in Twister,
Punk
no?
rock.
He was in Twister.
Yeah. So by an Alien, Predator, and Terminator, the only actor to be killed by all three. Honorable mention, Lance Henriksen,
Very
injured but not killed by the Queen Alien. Okay.
I feel like if we're living in 2026 dealing with the development of technology, automated cars, and AI, you probably should watch Terminator just to have a healthy fear.
Yeah.
Corporations and their tech. But
Yeah.
and shout out to
Well-
Harlan Ellison, who there was a little bit of controversy back in the day that he, was claiming that James Cameron might have pulled too much from some of his work.
Mm.
Oh,
Harlan
okay.
Ellison was a big sci-fi cyberpunk author, but he did a TV show that I'm forgetting. It was an anthology TV show that he actually sued because there were a lot of the ideas of the future war. I think it was like called Soldier or something. Anyway, that said, that and the future, the opening of the vision of the future, and all that, man,
Yeah.
I wanted to see all that. And Terminator Salvation kind of did, but it still didn't live up to that opening of this movie.
It didn't. No.
Did
no. Okay.
any of you guys, sorry, real quick, any of you guys go on
Sorry, go
the
ahead.
Terminator 3D ride at Universal?
Yes,
I did.
As a
I
kid?
did.
Yeah, that was super
And
fun.
actually meant to mention the Conan
Yes.
Universal show that used to be at Universal Studios. Fun story of when I was a little kid. I remember going as a family, aunt and uncle were in town, so we're at Universal Studios. You do what you do when you live in SoCal and you bring visitors to the different spots,
Yeah.
right?
High five.
So we're there. We see the show. Love the show. It was one of my favorite things to see. Parents
too.
were kind of over it, so they went off with and I was with my aunt and my uncle. And at the end of the show, I'm just staring at the stage. I'm just awe and wonder. And I reach for my aunt's hand and it gets swatted away. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then I reach for my aunt's hand again and I'm trying to grab it and it gets swatted away. And then I look over and it's not my aunt. It's some random woman whose hand. And then I go,
You're getting fresh, little boy.
Like, get your hands to yourself.
We
and I
can't
was
help
like,
it because
where's it? Like, where's my aunt? Like, I'm looking around now. Like, I'm with the wrong. Like, I stood up and I followed the wrong people out of the theater. Thankfully, I did meet with them at the top of the steps. Like, as
Oh,
you're
You
man.
did
exiting.
the you did the Home Alone 2 at the airport.
Yeah, exactly.
Funny.
So,
Hey,
but no,
man.
the Terminator 2 3D movie, the ride at Universal Studios was also fun. Yeah.
Yes, the circles I feel like we can't not say this, but first off, shout out to Hella Geek saying that the music score. I did want to say that about Conan as well. Both of them have
Mhm.
brilliant and very similar
Oh, it's
soundtracks. If you
Yes.
live, very rhythmic, boom,
It's
boom,
perfect.
boom, boom. But that ride, did you know that? Sorry, that show, the Conan show. It was very. I remember watching it and going like, wait a second, Conan was never a skinny thief who pulls a sword and then becomes buff, right?
That's true. Yeah, that's more
But-
He-Man.
But that's the thing. I don't know if
Yeah.
you realize this, but the dude who made the He-Man movie, the Masters of the Universe movie, wrote that Conan stage show.
Wow,
and
I did not know
He
that.
did it partially because he was so in love with He-Man and kind of worked in an Adam-esque transformation.
That's cool.
And
So
then
funny.
eventually goes on to make the Masters of the Universe movie. But anyway, fun
That's
stuff.
awesome. That's
I love
awesome.
that.
SoCal, 80s, high five.
Woo, woo. All right. So Terminator was the pick, and now we are on to Gash.
Is it me? Gash. Oh, okay.
Yes.
It is my number one. Number
It's
one.
your number one
overall.
pick.
Get the
Yes.
Number
notes.
one.
The
Yes,
notes.
I got my notes. I actually got a little figure. Here he is.
Oh,
Ooh, hold on, let's make them big. You've got a little figure and a big poster
wonder.
behind you.
I wonder who it could be.
Of
RoboCop.
course, it's RoboCop.
RoboCop.
Part man,
Oh.
part machine. Oh, cop.
All cop, all justice. It was the first movie I deeply remember seeing as a kid. It obviously scarred me for life. But it was the reason why I got into special effects and like the art of movies, Starlog magazine. Like after seeing this movie or sneaking, I don't know. I woke up as a kid and saw my dad watching it, probably on Betamax. Everybody knows it, and I was afraid. Like this was shocking. So he had to tell me that none of this was real. Listen, we're going to the library. I'm going to teach you about the art of movie making. And that just started me out on the path of like an artist wanting to get into special effects. How do they do this? And from there, it just got me into toys too, because like I don't get here without RoboCop. RoboCop being one of the few movies that I could still watch and pulled apart for the good things and some of the things that just flew over my head as I was a kid. So it's like a commentary about corporations and
Yeah.
you know identity and future tech and what is
having to go to
human
work,
soul.
even if
very
you're
relevant.
Yeah, it's crazy. So let me go to my notes. Let me see.
Go to your
First of all,
notes.
the theme song, a banger.
Yes.
Intro,
Yes.
the logo.
Solid theme songs. The logo type. Let me see. Let me go back and see if I can pull it up.
What's it? Yeah, the actual font. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
The design of RoboCop, literally, like that's so iconic. Like that silhouette is iconic to me. Like how that thing works. It's probably not running track and field, but his presence is like insane. The gun, the whole like storytelling from beginning to end, they throw you into the mix so quickly with getting to know Alex Murphy and then seeing him destroyed by all these gangsters. And it's like, man, you really feel for this dude. Oh, what? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Scarred for life, for sure.
Yeah. Just
Dude, and the way he died was whole.
It's insane. It's insane.
give him a hand. Just wild. Red was wilding before he settled down.
Wilding.
And,
Big time.
and
Red.
What else do I got?
70s show.
that's a reference. Yeah.
The impact of it, Corporate Wars. It's a standalone movie. Like you don't need to watch the rest of the movies to really get this character, but if you do, you know, solid entertainment. There's some things that I wish they didn't do, especially the third one and the remake. But the first two, hey, it's a fun little afternoon. Plus, they had some of the coolest little toys that came out with the cap gun type action in the back. I remember that. And like it closes in a way like you get to go on this journey with Alex Murphy. It's a sad one, but he still finds his humanity at the end, which I really like. And it just closes, just bam. And you're just like, oh man, this is crazy. It's a great movie. It's my number one. It has to be.
Yeah, RoboCop was in my list as well because it's such an iconic movie. But
yeah,
it's hard to pick.
Super
hard to
pick. That one definitely up there.
That his holster inside his hip was always that was such a cool sequence, like the way that was done. Seeing him in the car
and the gun flip, right? He flips the gun.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then puts it in inside his thigh. But when you showed the poster in the car, I was like, God, it just didn't match because he looked so cool. But do you remember the Kenner toy car that came with it? It looked, it was super futuristic and it matched RoboCop. I felt like those are cool toys.
I remember the RoboCop
I never
cartoon.
got to.
Yeah.
Also, did he ever get in the car in the movie?
You didn't see it because, like, fun fact, like half the time, Peter Weller, he never wore like the bottom half of the costume. Because
really?
it was, like, yeah, it
he was doing the Zoom meeting without pants.
He was doing the Zoom. It was like uncomfortable as hell. Yeah, look at that car, man.
Yeah, the Robo one.
Much cooler.
Oh, with the
yeah,
that's so cool.
RoboCop and the Ultra Police.
It looks like it was designed
Now,
by
here's the
me.
thing.
I hope it's
like-
not triggering Quip with a missile launching out of it.
It might have. That chrome finish.
Yeah, the little missile.
Robo one.
Yeah,
I think this kind of also brings up, like, during the 80s, man, they made cartoons and like toy lines of these hard R movies like Rambo.
hard rated R movie.
Hard rated R movies.
I know. I was gonna say, like,
Academy.
okay. I'm gonna let that one go. I'm a guest.
Just let it
here.
fly. No, yeah.
But
No.
very, very hard R movies got
Yeah.
the cartoon treatment and toys.
Yep.
Oh man.
And to this day, I can't not think I'll buy that for $1.
I'll buy that for $1.
I'll buy that for $1. Yeah.
The execution scene is like burned in my memory bank. It's
Which
two
one,
gruesome scenes. So there was the Alex scene, and then there was the guy walking out of the toxic waste, and then the melty mush and the van hitting. It was like the van scene. That one stood out to me a little more. I don't know, because both of them were absolutely gruesome. But I just I remember just kind of freezing in terror when that
intense.
part of RoboCop.
What was
happened.
the scene where he shot through the woman's skirt? Was that RoboCop 1 or 2? One.
Was it 1? I think it was 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that so much.
They show him in like taking down crime really quick. Like you really get into the story pretty quickly. And also Ed 209, man, that's like one of my favorite robots ever. Like that design, the treatment of stop motion animation is just excellent in that movie.
Yeah,
I even kind of bring that design stuff into some things I work on today. So stay tuned.
Cool. Now, Dust Tapes has a really good question as somebody who was a fan during the Monday Night Wars. Actually, it would have been, this was pre-Monday Night Wars. But did you lose your mind when RoboCop showed up in WCW, like in real life? Did you see that? Did you actually?
I don't think I saw it live.
I need a picture.
No, I didn't see it live.
Okay. All right.
I saw it like after the fact, but yeah, I didn't see it live, man.
Okay. All right.
I'm ashamed of myself.
You're good. I mean, you didn't have control over that as a kid. Oh, yeah, there he is.
Let's see.
I
know RoboCop was like a spokesperson in Japan for fried chicken. I do remember that.
What?
That's wild.
Yeah. Look it up on YouTube.
But you had. I don't want to play the video. This is WW. It could be weird when we're live streaming, but I could drop the link in the private chat so that you can watch it. But yes, RoboCop comes to the aid of Sting in Capital Combat 1990.
Well, and that's before AI, because we send each other these videos of like AI wrestling matches.
Yeah, like Ninja Turtles and Bebop and Rocksteady. Smash around. It is pretty fun.
And Allison Troy, fun behind the scenes fact, her ex's mom without makeup was the inspiration for the melted effect in RoboCop.
Was that a burn or like actual?
No, that's a burn. That is a burn. Right. It's just, it is an Allison-ism. So, all right.
Actually, I will thank RoboCop for that toxic scene and that character, because that kind of primed me for Toxic Avenger before I saw that too.
Ooh, okay.
So I was like, that is a. I mean, you don't get nastier than that toxic dude, man. It's sick.
The acid is a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Toxic Avenger. I loved Toxic Crusaders as a kid, and so as an adult, I never watched it as a kid. As an adult, I was like, okay, cool. I get to watch like the live action version of Toxic Crusaders, and I'm watching Toxic Avengers, and I go, ooh, this is very camp. very gory.
Trauma,
I
man.
am all about. They're
Trauma.
not trying to save the
Traumaville.
environment. What's happening? Yeah.
No.
All right. So my number one pick, just real quick, great RoboCop pick, and the inspiration that made you the toy sculptor and creator that you are today, Brandon. So
Yeah.
we do thank RoboCop for that.
Thank you.
My number one pick. This whole time, I think all of our number one picks had bangers for theme songs. But if you have to pick one 80s action movie that has a theme that encapsulates the whole feel, just the vibes of the 80s, look no other place than Beverly Hills Cop. And I personally am going with Beverly Hills Cop 2 for my personal number one action movie of the 1980s. Beverly Hills Cop 2. I love it. It's just
that is a fun one. That's a good one.
It's a fun one. You get to explore like more of Judge Reinhold's character as well. I love it. I love it. And then you have Bridget Nielsen. It was a lot edgier. I appreciate the original Beverly Hills Cop for what it was. Now, Eddie Murphy was groundbreaking for, a comedian transitioning into the big screen, right? And particularly being a young Black actor who they were centering these action stories around, right? So you had 48 Hours where he was playing a convict. And then, I think Nick Nolte called him convict, right? A lot of times, but he was slick talking, smooth talking, kind of, flipping that on its head too. It was just really cool to see with 48 Hours and then another 48 Hours and Beverly Hills Cop. Between 48 Hours and Beverly Hills Cop, I was like, okay, I don't know which one I want to pick. That's just more iconic for me. Loving it. Kid Quip moving around the house like with his little like finger gun or Nerf gun, like humming the do 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 do, like sneaking against the wall, trying to like shoot at my brothers or whatever. Just
Quip, I have a question.
You do have a question. Okay.
Is that the actress from Rocky 4?
Yes,
it is. Yeah.
So that's Stallone's wife for a minute.
Bridget wife.
Brigitte.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So that is just so
she
cool.
was the perfect femme fatale.
And then Paul Reiser as the buddy too.
There's your Aliens connection.
Also in Aliens.
Also in Aliens. Like so many of these actors just crossing over. But this was just a great scene of him just being at the house that's under construction. Beverly Hills Cop 2 just kind of amped up the action, amped up the, the jokiness of it. And it took it to another level. This is a sequel that I feel like it's one of the few times actually, as I was looking at the box office list, like the 80s,
they were good at sequels,
a lot of great sequels. I mean, we didn't get into Star Wars. We didn't even talk Empire Strikes Back.
That was really hard for me.
That was very hard for me too.
I kept them off my list.
Yeah, you've got all of the Superman sequels. Superman 2, Superman 3 was there. You've got Indiana Jones, which we didn't touch on. No disrespect to Indy.
Yeah, that was another.
But you had all of the Indiana Jones. Like Indiana Jones was like running stuff. But just overall of the trilogies. So I love Back to the Future, but Beverly Hills Cop just really, really resonated with me. And I need all of the Axel Foleys. I need decent, really good action figures. I need an action figure representation of Axel Foley from 1.
It needs to be
2,
Hot Toys, dude.
I loved 3 too. I mean, I didn't mind the Wonder World. I loved it. It hit me right at the right, age point too. I know a lot of people didn't love it. They felt it was more hokey or more kiddie. And then you had, what's his name? Hold on real quick. Let me go back and pull out, because he was Balky in Perfect Strangers.
Oh yeah. His voice.
He was Serge. That's my real name. By the way. My real name is Sergio. So that hit me like, oh, Serge.
Yeah, but just the with the boutique and so many great things about this movie that I just love. Like that I remember, when they're at the club, the shooting range club. Yeah, it was. It was a big scary gun. I mean, just the poster with Beverly Hills Cop. Again, growing up in Southern California, just the setting, everything about this, I loved it. Like this is Bronson Pinochet. There you go. All right, get the
Mhm.
fuck out of here. No, I cannot. Right? Just oh man.
And
So
honestly,
great.
the new one, Alex F,
It
wasn't
was
a
good.
bad flick either. It was
I
good.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I want to say
As far as
something like that.
action, especially like back then, like one thing to note of the 80s, like they
Show,
did
right?
everything for real, like real stunts, real explosions. Everything felt so like amplified, which like if you're popping on any of these things, like Action Jackson was an honorable mention of mine.
Mhm.
Like
I remember
these are
Action
big
Jackson.
movies. These are
Yeah.
huge
Oh,
movies, and to
dude,
see this
Brandon found a way to
representation.
put it in there.
What,
Action
Action
Jackson was
Jackson?
hard.
Ah,
It was
No, the
hard for me
honorable
not to go with it
mention.
because Carl Weathers,
good.
like,
He's
oh
good.
yeah.
He's a hero. He's a hero. But also Eddie was a hero to. He was a hero to the black community. Let's just be
Absolutely.
real.
I mean, he was out
I'm assuming
there.
you've
I
seen
mean,
that Eddie Murphy being Eddie. Have you
Yes.
both
Yeah,
watched?
of course. Yeah.
love it.
God,
Yeah.
so
him and his
good.
puppets.
So good. Yeah, the
So-
puppets. It's like, but here's the thing: like, as action figure collectors,
are
like a lot of
great.
people are like,
I
"Oh,
loved
he's
it.
got puppets." And action
got
figure like collecting, I was like, "Yeah, nothing weird about that. That's perfect. It's just an outlet.
Yeah,
It's cool."
makes sense to me. What
Well,
you talking-
especially for him because he will bring those things to life.
Yeah.
Like
Best
his
way.
Cosby impression and his prior
Spotless.
impression,
So
spot
good.
on.
So
Just
good.
so good.
That would be like if you know, God forbid, that would be my make a wish like thing. If I could just, if I'm dying as a kid, take me to Eddie's house and let him do a puppet show for me. I'll die happy. Just
Nice.
let that happen.
You have to really develop that one.
And people are already doing it, and I've tried to start along the way, but if you will indulge me, please drop your number one
Yeah.
picks in the chat too. I know we're hitting the 2-hour mark. We still got the bracket to do, and we can do like this could be a speed bracket too as we're walking through it.
Let's
So
do it.
yeah, everybody
Solid
leave
pick.
your number ones in the chat just real quick. I want to call up the ones that I have seen. All right, Chaos to the Fly was saying
Blind
Blind Fury and They Live.
They live solid.
They live was
Solid.
so
Yeah,
good.
so many
Solid.
different social commentaries that were explored, particularly with consumerism and They
Mhm.
Live and how it's still even appropriate today, right? It's still applicable. That
Because we learn nothing.
yeah. You've got Chris Fresh
Trouble,
saying
yes.
Highlander, RoboCop, and Big
Nice.
Trouble in Little China.
Bangers.
All
bangers.
great. I mean,
Big Trouble is such
no
a good movie.
wrong answers. Big Trouble is really good. And then yep, VPG, Ghostbusters, Batman 89, Big Trouble in Little China. Honorable mention, Beverly Hills Cop, Escape from New York, Tango and
Mhm.
Cash. That's a
Evil
solid
Dead 2.
one. Evil Dead
Dang.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All bangers.
And then Dust Tape saying Bloodsport and Escape
For
from
sure.
New York. Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bloodsport's
Honorable
getting on a
mention.
lot of lists.
Bloodsport. Yeah. TNT, Aliens, Terminator, Bloodsport.
Yep.
Blunt Force
Bruce
Honesty.
Leroy.
Wait, no
Last
Last
Dragon.
Dragon.
Dang.
So good. So many quotables. Am I the meanest?
Yeah.
Sure enough. Like that. You got the glow. Does that predate Dragon Ball?
Bruce-
Did they get the
Bruce
glow
Leroy.
from Bruce Leroy in Last Dragon?
Look
I
it
think
up,
might.
man. Honestly, everybody's suggestions and like, I'm gonna go on an 80s day, Saturday and Sunday this weekend. And just
yeah.
watch all these movies.
It just
over
shows
again.
you how deep the 80s were.
It was
It
so good.
really was. So it was hard going through all of them. It legitimately, yeah. So
Oh,
now
my
Last
honorable
Dragon
mentions,
is up there.
I have Die Hard, Lethal Weapon. Like we barely scratched
Yeah.
the surface on these movies.
So many more out there. All right. So Raiders of the Lost Ark, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, huge. So
What
many,
was
so many
what
great movies.
what
yeah.
genre do you think Ghostbusters was officially?
You could
Comedy.
say action, sci-fi, comedy.
Comedy,
I mean, yeah.
Comedy.
Beastmaster, Legend of Billie Jean, Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Legend of
Road
Billie Jean.
Warrior, and Conan from Nolan.
Those are-
What's going on, Nolan?
Road
Thanks for
Warrior.
joining us.
All on my honorable
Paul,
mentions.
what about 80s fantasy movies? I mean, we can double
We're
back.
gonna
There's
have
so
to
much
do
more
another
that
one.
we can explore. We had to just try and keep it to
Keep it tight
to
because
action.
it's already
We tried
2
to,
hours.
yeah. This was so hard. It was
Yeah.
really hard. Detroit Dave, Empire Strikes Back, solid pick. Batman 89 and The Karate Kid.
Karate Kid,
Honorable
so-
mentions.
Oh my god,
Willow.
dude! Karate Kid. I didn't even.
Willow was
Yep.
good. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Last Dragon is a banger. All right. So Raging Bull, I guess. Fair enough. All right. Road Warrior. All right. All right. So, well, there are a few for loss. Okay. All right. So I have, let me remove this from the stage. I've got a bracket. We're going to have to do it quick. And it'll actually be a little funner maybe because we're going to be speeding through it. So let me. Rapid crossfire. You'll get caught up in the.
Remember that commercial? Me,
That
my
was the
sister
Marvel
would play that.
one.
Yeah, the little.
Yeah. Okay.
Metal.
All right. So real quick, just to give you all a little background into this bracket. Hold on, I'm not sharing it. Present. Window. All right. Boom.
Present.
Okay. Here we go.
Transformers, the movie. Yeah, Brick. You
All right.
brought that up too.
So we got the Blurred Alert blockbuster bracket. Again, this is purely based on the box office that these movies earned globally. I went through and found the top rating, and a lot of times action was the number one the number one movie or genre in the 80s. But just to read off some of these, because it could be a little hard to see if you are watching along on your phone at home. So 1980, your number one action movie was Empire Strikes Back. 1981, your number one action movie was Superman 2. 1981, Raiders of the Lost Ark. 1982, E.T. and the Extraterrestrial. I say it's action. We can debate it, but I'm not entertaining questions. 1983, Return of the Jedi. 1984, Beverly Hills Cop. 1984, the number 2 was Ghostbusters. So I expanded into
Make sure
the top
you scroll
3.
a little bit while you're saying that. Can you scroll down while you're saying
Yeah.
it?
Actually, hold on, because I can share. Actually, nah, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
fine.
we got. So yeah, why am I doing it that way? I can just look at the different rounds. So round 1 and round 2, we got. Round 1, we've got Beverly Hills Cop versus Superman 2. So that's Beverly Hills Cop 2 actually versus Superman 2. So real quick voting, Brick, what do you say?
Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Okay, all right, Brandon.
Are we talking the Donner cut or?
Bro, just vote. I don't even know. Like,
I don't.
I'm a little upset that you even asked a question.
Yeah, no, I know. Beverly Hills Cop. Come on.
Sebastian, what are you thinking?
I'm more familiar with Superman, so I'm gonna go with Superman.
Oh,
Although
That
I
was a good
love,
movie.
I love Eddie Murphy.
yeah.
That's my favorite of all the Superman movies, actually.
Okay,
Those
right.
movies.
Beverly Hills Cop 2. So that's 3 for Beverly Hills Cop 2. We're moving right along with it. Going down here to round 1, we've got. Oh my goodness, this is a hard one. You got.
Wait a minute.
Hold on, that is
the
third one. The Last Crusade. So
Last
this
Crusade.
is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which is your. Hold on, looking at my list. That is your 1989. It's your number 2. Most popular movie, coming in second behind Batman of 1989. So you've got Last Crusade versus Back to the Future 1. Sebastian, what are you thinking? That's Back to the Future 1.
I'm more familiar with Back to the Future. Like I mentioned, I funny enough haven't seen many Indiana Jones movies, which I should go back to and watch. But yeah, Back to the Future.
Okay, all right, Back to the Future. Brick, Last Crusade.
Tapestries. Last Crusade.
Okay, all right, Brandon, what do you say? Back to the Future or Last Crusade?
Yeah, Last Crusade. That
I say Back to the Future. So that brings it to we got a 2-2 split.
Tiebreaker.
We gotta go to the tiebreaker. The chat, you gotta help us out. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull us up. There we go. Okay,
Vote,
chat.
folks.
So help us out. All right.
Him saying Junior to Harrison Ford the whole time. Price of
That
admission.
dynamic.
That's the
Yeah,
best. That's the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
You bought it. You just bought the relationship.
Okay.
My
all right.
favorite is when he realizes that I forget her name, but she slept with the dad. That was
Oh,
so
right.
good.
How are you
so
gonna
I
do
just
it?
dropped it. I just dropped
There you
I
go.
just dropped a poll. I just dropped a poll.
Oh, an actual
And so
poll. Okay.
people
Instead
are
of the
saying
chat.
it in the chat. In the chat so far, it's looking like Back to the Future is taking it. But yeah, we got.
How long are you gonna
Back to
give the
Future, Back
poll?
to the Future. Real quick, I'll leave it open. If you're paying attention and you got your
Hey.
phone up, then
We
that's
are-
it. Yeah.
We're waiting for the polls, but can you clarify how are these two going up against each other? Because they're
So
from
it's
different
just
years.
which one? Yeah, there is
the
no
year.
real criteria. It's just
Oh, you just put them together up against each
yeah.
other.
So it's random. It's random. So what I did is I
Oh,
listed
got
all
it,
the top
got it, got it.
movies that were grossing,
Mhm.
and then I let it
It just
randomly
goes.
generate the bracket, and whoever comes out on top comes out on top. I did not actually make these
Pinpointed
because
in.
it would be too
Okay.
hard. It was too hard. Everything was so great, right? So
Yeah,
Cool, got it.
yeah.
man, this is going to be a battle royale.
Yeah. Oh, a couple of Crusades coming in.
All right, call it.
All right, I'm gonna call it.
Feels-
And hold on, let me see. All right, so we're gonna end poll with 57%. It goes to Back to the Future.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Okay. Not trying to upset
Even
anybody.
if it loses, it still wins. All of
Oh,
these
sure.
are winners.
Yeah,
So this is-
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next we've got. Ooh, wow. It got a little wonky on me. Hold on, real quick. Let me see if I can actually scroll over or zoom out, and then enhance. Next we have. Hold on. Let me shrink that. It's weird jumping around these windows.
Oh.
We've got Return of the Jedi versus Beverly Hills Cop 1. So
Easy for
all
me.
right. Easy. Okay. All right. So what do you say, Brandon? Which one?
It's Return of the Jedi all day.
Okay. Brick.
Jedi, yub nub.
All right.
Yep.
Sebastian.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with that one too.
Okay. All right. That's Return of the Jedi. They've got it. I personally, objectively, I could see Return of the Jedi. Subjectively, Beverly Hills Cop for me. But if we're just going through this, okay, real quick, Batman
easy.
89 versus Top Gun.
Easy.
Batman 89 versus Top Gun. All right. So I'll go first for this one. Batman 89. That's fine. Sebastian.
Oh, man.
Batman.
Okay. Brick.
Batman.
All right. Batman's got it. Brandon.
You already know. It was on my list.
All right. Batman.
Top Gun is no slouch though.
Okay. All right. Coming up here. Here's another one.
Um,
We've got the Lost Ark Raiders. I almost said Legends of the Lost Ark. So we've got Raiders of the Lost Ark versus E.T. for a round one. That is a hard one. Brick, I'm gonna let you kick it off.
Raiders. I can't see ET as an action. Raiders.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Brandon, what are you thinking?
Yeah, it's Raiders. Raiders all day.
Okay. All right. Sebastian.
E.T. phoning home.
E.T.
I love that movie for it's just nostalgia, dude.
It's a beautiful
Yeah.
movie.
It
I
is. It
feel you.
really is.
Makes me cry every time.
And I made the list, so I'm gonna have to go with E.T. Just
Oh,
that's
boy.
my
Oh,
personal pick. Again, box
Okay,
office
let's
agrees
go.
with me though, because it was close to 360. So let's take it to the polls. All right.
I think we know
Okay.
what the poll's gonna say though, right?
I don't know.
We'll see.
No.
All right.
You-
So
you
hold
never know.
on. We've got E.T. and then we've got
Ooh.
Raiders.
Sorry. I just realized that's a John Williams soundtrack off.
It
too.
is John Williams.
Mhm.
Ooh, it is a John Williams off. Oh,
Yep.
that's awesome. Okay, all right. So pick one, ET or Raiders. Chat, you are going to be deciding. Raiders is off to an early lead. Let me go ahead and get a timer on my phone. We'll let it go for like 1 minute, just to not belabor it as we're just going through this real quick. So 1 minute is kind of a long time when we're just sitting here. We'll do 30 seconds. All right, cool. So 30
Okay.
seconds. Raiders is taking it so far. They are blowing. Oh, ET trying to make a comeback. Trying to.
E.T.'s great. I just struggle with the
E.T.'s
idea of it as an
with the
action.
idea of it being
Yes,
action. And that is
Yeah.
I could see it being more, what are you thinking? Like more adventure
Fantasy.
or
Yeah,
fantasy?
adventure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I wouldn't even consider Goonies to be an action movie either. I feel like
Right.
those two are in a similar vibe.
But
Yeah,
I did put E.T. and Goonies in like the same
yes,
like-
I would too.
little boat.
Mhm.
Both very, very good movies. But
Okay.
going against Raiders, yeah, not happening.
Okay, calling it now. Ooh, I love how close the chat is. So we've got,
Dang.
with 15 votes, Raiders just squeaks it out
Ah.
with 53%.
Oof.
So
Wow,
Raiders
that was
is on the
really
round
close.
2. Now,
Okay.
another one people might argue about, and it's a hilarious pair up. The random generator has a sense of humor. We've got Rambo First Blood Part 2
Mm.
going up against Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Ooh.
I
Oh,
considered
you
Who Framed Roger Rabbit the
bastard.
highest ranking action-esque film, right? I think it was the most closely related film that was up towards the top box office wise. And because I was comparing it to, it's a buddy cop movie, right? Because Lethal Weapon has comedy aspects too, and you would still
Yes.
consider Lethal Weapon an action
Yeah.
movie. So I was thinking, yes, there's a cartoon element. This is back in a time before we really put some respect on animation as considering it an adult medium, right? So, and a lot of
In
us
the West.
experienced this when we were younger. So just put it out there. Who Framed Roger Rabbit as a cop buddy movie, action movie versus Rambo. Brandon, what do you got?
You know what? My decision is made, okay? But for me, and this might be, against, everybody, but I prefer First Blood over Rambo Part 2.
Yeah.
That's just me.
First Blood
And
was sick.
I really enjoy Roger Rabbit, man. That is, you got Jessica Rabbit, you got Christopher Lloyd as the villain. Like, there's so much in there. It was like the what do you say? Like they were showing us Looney Tunes and like Disney characters and all that stuff throughout.
Crossover,
Yeah,
kind of.
crossover, the multiverse, long before any other
they were showing the multiverse before it was really popular. So
okay,
that's my
all right. So Brandon, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Brick, what are you thinking?
Oh man, I'm not a big fan of Rambo. First Blood was much better. I like Who Framed better, but the action thing's getting me, so I think I'm going Rambo.
Okay, fair enough. Sebastian, what are you thinking?
I just love Rambo. I mean, look how shiny those pecs are. You can even see from the thumbnail, dude. Rambo all day.
Oh yeah, there we go
Listen,
again. Buff
listen,
naked guys. There we
it's
go.
about-
can see it.
100%, yeah.
I don't blame you.
Buff, sweaty,
Sweet.
naked dudes. All right.
Yep.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Again, just because of the whole buddy cop action comedy is where it lands for me. So again, we're taking
tied
it to
Well, but
the
Brick was
chat.
like barely into Rambo, though, man. Like
Yeah,
Brick was like
still,
ashamed of his
yeah.
pick.
It was the action thing, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
With the chat, let's see what the chat says. I'm
To be
curious.
fair, it
We'll see it,
did throw
yeah.
me off that it's on an action list. But it just hits me in the feels that I really do like Roger Rabbit. Damn it,
That's a great film.
Yeah, it's like kind
All
of
right, yeah.
noir and murder mystery.
Yep.
You know what? You know what? The
A
hot
movie
take.
that couldn't be made today without
No.
licensing is of it.
I
Well,
don't
no.
think I've seen that movie.
You don't
What?
think you've seen
Roger
Who Framed
Rabbit?
Roger Rabbit? Check it out, man.
Stop.
Get out of it, man!
It
In
is
this
true, man.
podcast, in this
Have you
stream-
seen
Stop
Have you
it.
seen the new
Pushing away.
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers? Have you seen
Yeah,
that
I was
one?
gonna say that's funny that you say that because I would say it could never be made today, and then I thought of that exact Rescue Rangers movie. And I was like, oh, wait a second.
yeah.
Okay, so I know I should watch it. I know that it's like I'm putting respect on its name 100%. I just never got to watching it when I was a kid.
Stop it.
Okay, fair enough. So the
History
nostalgia
of
isn't
LA
there, and
its
that's
cars,
okay.
too.
I love where this chat is at. So that is 30 seconds. 30 seconds is up, and Roger Rabbit takes it
Not
with
even close. Not
73%
even
of
close.
the vote.
73, you said?
73.
Rambo
Wow.
got
Okay,
wrecked.
now we've got Empire
Damn.
Strikes Back, and shout out to Chris Fresh, Crocodile Dundee.
Oh, I remember
But this
that.
is Crocodile Dundee. Hold on real quick. I want to make sure that I am validating it. Yeah, it's the original Crocodile Dundee in 1986. It came in second in overall box office earnings with 175 million, just behind Top Gun's 177 million. So 1986, Crocodile Dundee or Empire Strikes Back. I kind of have a feeling I already know how this is going to go. Let's just do it quick. Seb, what are you thinking?
I have more nostalgia for Crocodile Dundee, actually.
Okay.
Shocker, man.
Cool.
You're
So
shocking.
one for Crocodile Dundee. Brick, where are you at?
I'm your father, mate. Sorry, The Empire Strikes Back. That was terrible. Apologies.
Empire. Okay. Brandon, where are you at?
Empire all day.
Empire. Okay. All right. I got to go Empire. That is the Star Wars
The
movie.
sequel.
So
It's
that
very hard
is-
to beat.
yeah.
Also, that title is amazing. Empire Strikes
Empire
Back.
Strikes
Mhm.
Back.
Okay. And then round one, the game.
It's not a
We've got-
lightsaber.
Let's not lightsaber.
That's not a lightsaber.
Oh, I don't. Is that offensive? That's not
No,
funny.
no, no. Oops.
I
Woman
already
lost a
did
baby.
it.
I didn't get away, baby. That's a national treasure.
That's offensive.
Oh God, I love Tropic Thunder.
Don't be. I hope we didn't offend Chris Fresh because I know
I've been
Yeah,
a bad
great.
boy, father.
All right, so
Forget
we've got Indiana Jones, who was just running stuff in the 80s. Now we've got Temple of Doom versus Ghostbusters.
Oh,
Son of a gun.
I will start us off.
Who did this
As
list?
much as I love Ghostbusters and the action comedy component, Temple of Doom, I'm a number 2 sequel kind of guy as far as Back to the Future 2, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Empire Strikes Back, Temple of Doom, Kalima, and Short Round. I mean, I gotta go Temple of Doom. So Temple of Doom for me. Brandon, where you at?
Ghostbusters all day, every day.
Okay.
Just because, special effects, story beats, comedy, you have everything. It's perfect from beginning to end. It leaves you wanting more. Soundtrack, it's a full banger. But it's very hard. You put two classics against each other, which is very hard to do. But Ghostbusters, for me, all love. I love this movie.
Okay. All right. Break something. What do you say?
man, sorry, Brandon, Dave Wonder, Jay, and all the Ghostbusters fans. But again, Indy. The only reason I didn't put him on my top 3 is because there were three ones I couldn't pick.
Yeah.
Indy really is great action. It's pulpy. It's a throwback. And it spans 3 very different types of movies too in some ways. But Indy.
Okay. All right. So we got 2 for Temple of Doom, 1 for Ghostbusters. Seb, where do you land?
Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm pulling it up again. The chat is helping us.
What did you say, Brennan?
Because busting makes you feel good. I know.
Oh, sure.
I know,
Busting
man.
makes you feel good.
You can't deny it.
All right.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Temple of Doom.
And it's got the soundtrack, and it's got the car, and it's got the outfits.
Ghostbusters.
Brick, I love Temple of Doom. This is so
It is hard.
Mhm.
Like, you're picking
That's
2 of my. If I'm at home sick and I'm about to choose one of these, I might as well just go to sleep. Like,
Well,
no.
you could do
chat.
picture in picture like they did in Back to the Future, and then you're good.
That's
Yeah.
true. All right.
true.
20 seconds
If
left
it
to
makes you
vote.
feel any better, Ghostbusters is less racist. Temple of Doom's pretty bad.
That's
Yeah, that's true. Temple
But
of
that's okay.
Doom. Yeah.
I mean, Ghostbusters has its moments, but no, Temple of Doom's got some. Anyway,
Yeah.
whatever. I have to divorce that because it was the 80s. Red Dawn.
Red Dawn, baby.
Red Dawn
All
fan is
right.
very different.
Okay, so we're stopping the poll, and with
Please be
59% of the vote, it's
Oh.
Temple of Doom.
Wow.
Okay,
Oh
Temple of
no,
Doom.
I'm sad.
Indy is
won it.
action, man. Indy is
Indy is action. All right, next up,
vehicle.
we're gonna work it backwards now. So
Oh, this
now
is
we're gonna
getting
go
harder.
Temple of
Man.
Doom or Empire Strikes Back.
Oh,
Say
that is
what?
wrong.
It's hard.
I'll
It's hard.
start.
Okay,
Empire.
start us off.
Empire.
Okay, cool. Brandon.
Empire.
Okay, all right. Brick.
Empire. Harrison, you were just too good.
All right.
John Williams, you were just
Empire.
too good.
Yeah.
Good.
Empire
So good.
takes it. I gotta go Empire Strikes Back. I think
Yeah.
that is the winner. Okay. Now we've got Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Sorry, Quip. I just
versus-
because you pointed out you were vibing on the John Williams off. That was a John Williams off, a Harrison Ford off. It was an everything
Yep.
off. That was crazy.
is. That
Indiana
was.
Jones Lucasfilm off. Damn.
It's hard.
guess
It is
not.
hard. Okay, all right. And the chat, I think, agreed with us. They were just like Empire. It's unanimous. Okay.
The
all
one
right.
with
Now we got
Harrison
Who
Ford.
Framed Roger Rabbit versus Raiders. Rick.
Indy again. Indy.
Okay, all right.
Indy.
Raiders. Brandon, what do you say?
Yeah, it's Raiders.
Okay, all right. Sebastian.
Raiders.
Raiders. Okay, all right. So
Oh my
Raiders.
god,
I think
that side
is-
of the bracket. Oh, yeah.
that's gonna be hard. Okay, and now we're over here. Ooh, that top one is really hard for me. So we've got Beverly Hills Cop 2
Yep.
versus Back to the Future 1.
Is this subjective objective again or no?
Yeah, this is subjective objective. Well, it's my vote and it's about me, so I'm going with Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Okay.
Okay. Brandon, what are you thinking?
Back to the Future.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sebastian.
Back to the Future.
Okay. Brick, where do you land?
Sorry, Eddie. Sorry, Quip. Back to the Future.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I'm not upset
yeah.
about it. I thought that Back to the Future might win it out, but I got to go with my main.
Johnny
my main
be
man,
good.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
Ooh,
we
this
got
one.
Batman 89 versus Return of the Jedi. Okay. All right. Brick.
This is sadly pretty easy for me, actually. Return of the Jedi. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Sebastian.
Batman.
Batman. All right. Brandon.
Batman.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
I gotta go Batman. So all right, Batman takes that
good.
one. Now, final 2 rounds. We're at the semifinals now.
This is
We've got
nuts.
Back to the Future 1 versus Batman 89.
Ooh.
Okay, I went last time, so I will say I got to go Back to the Future.
Okay.
Sebastian.
If this was Back to the Future 2, I think it would edge it, but Batman.
Okay, all right. So we got 1 and 1. Brick.
I've got such a simple definition of action in my brain, Batman.
Okay, all right. Brandon.
Batman. I'm doing it again. It's too good.
Yeah.
All right, so our first finalist
Batman.
in the
Oh my
BLERD
God.
Alert blockbuster bracket for 1980s action is Batman 1989
Oh.
going into the finals. All righty. Now we got to do the other round of we've got Raiders of the Lost Ark going up against Empire Strikes Back.
Oh man.
Okay. Brandon.
Oh, you're gonna give it to me?
Yeah, you got to start us off. Brandon. what do you
Okay, I
think?
got reasons. I got reasons why
He's got notes.
this one edged out. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Empire edges out Indy just because it's a perfect sequel. You get story beats that you didn't get from the first movie, and you probably don't even get from the third one. It's the perfect sequel. You got my boy Lando for the win. I'm just saying. Put it down.
Lando, yes. Number
it down.
1,
Cloud
Billy
City.
D. Williams. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So Brandon is going Empire. Sebastian, what do you think?
Yeah, Empire's more.
All right,
epic.
Sebastian's going Empire. Brick.
It's
Where's your
2026.
vote?
I live in the United States of America, so either movie smashing Nazis, real or space. So shout out to that sentiment. I'm gonna go with Empire Strikes Back. Let's smash the Empire.
Okay.
Let's
Empire
smash it.
Strikes Back has it for me too, so that is unanimous. So all right, the
Oh.
final
Tune in
matchup.
next week for the finals.
Yep, we will see you all. That's it. Take care of yourselves and each
This
other.
is
End stream.
truly-
End stream.
this really is March
Oh,
Madness. This is March
this
Madness at its best. This is bad.
Is the final. And you know what I
I'm
love about
sweating.
this actual bracket and this end matchup is
Mm-hmm.
you have Empire Strikes Back bringing in the decade of 80s action, right? That is the 1980. That is the highest grossing film of 1980, going up against the highest grossing film of all the 80s, but closing it out with 1989's Batman. So I am going to hold on one second. I'm actually going to put this in the chat because I want the people to weigh in. I want them to weigh in with their opinion. Technicolor, don't make me choose. We've got to pick one.
I was.
All right.
There's good points.
You're
Man.
putting together a poll.
Yeah.
'Cause part of me is totally thinking this would have been a baller move. I thought you were reaching over for the end stream, but
Oh, no.
Man, we get so much hate. Oh,
Rage
Oh,
bait.
get lit up.
Oh,
So
no,
I
I wouldn't
am
do that
going-
to the BLERD Alert fans. I would not do that. So we've got Batman 89 versus Empire Strikes Back. Starting the poll. Okay, so that poll is going while we slowly think and start off. Do we have a volunteer who wants to cast the first vote?
I'll go first.
Okay, all right, Sebastian. Batman 89 versus Empire Strikes Back.
Can
What are
you
thinking?
solo me?
Oh,
I can solo
he
you.
wants a
Okay.
solo.
All right. Okay. All right. There you are. You're up there.
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun,
Look at that,
dun.
895. I don't know where that's from, but yeah.
yeah.
Woo.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So no
Got
words
Some
needed.
road miles on that VHS.
Seb
Oh,
is
yeah.
going with Batman 89. So the first vote is cast for Batman 89. I'll make Brick big now. Brick.
oh man, that's too much pressure. Okay, sure.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
I wonder which one he's gonna pick.
They kind of look like bats from this
They
angle.
do. They
But
do
no,
kind of look like that.
I gotta go. Empire Strikes Back. Everything opening on Hoth. I mean, you're moving across worlds. The big
Mhm.
reveal at the end.
Mhm.
The Empire Strikes Back, and again, we're smashing empires. So
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
good,
So
vigilante.
so we've got Seb, 1 vote for Batman 89, and we've got Brick, 1 vote for Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Brandon Gaff, BG,
Yeah. Mhm.
what's your vote?
Yeah. Mhm. I'll be honest. Like this is very hard. Again, super hard. But Empire takes over because so much does happen in that movie. You're the first time you meet Yoda,
Mhm.
first time you meet Lando, the betrayals, the reveals, android hands at the end of the movie. Come on. I mean, this is a banger. It's a banger.
It
I got
is.
to go Empire.
Gotta go Empire. Okay. All right. So that's 2 Empire, 1 Batman 89. Okay. All right.
Are you gonna go to the? Are you gonna vote or are you gonna go to the poll first? Which one are you gonna do?
You gonna vote?
I am going to say this.
End stream.
For as much as I think Empire Strikes Back is the best in the Skywalker saga, best Star Wars score, as much as everybody's saying it and everything, and favorite movie, as far as the opening scene, everything that was said about Empire Strikes Back, I've got to go Batman 89.
Oh boy!
Batman 89.
I
Are you
Again,
leaving
very
it to the
formative,
chat?
very formative for how I just got
Yeah.
into toys. It is my earliest action figure memory. The Batmania was wild. We already talked about the box office. That hands down, I mean, I think it's reflective. Not that it's only about how much money these movies earned, but it's very reflective of the moment. It was a movement. I think we owe the Marvel Cinematic Universe to Batman 89. I think we owe the DC Cinematic Universe and even the reboot with James Gunn to Batman 89. I've got to go with Batman 89. So that is a split with the people on the show. And I felt like it might have gone that way, which is why I opened it up to the chat. It's been going this whole time. People have been sharing their thoughts. Let's see. Hold on.
I mean,
Just going
Batman
back
is
in
really
here.
good.
We've got, help us, Brandon. You're our only hope. I think that's a vote. I am not surprised.
No.
Allison Troy, huge Star Wars fan. I would think that her vote was cast for Empire Strikes Back. Best Star Wars score, Technicolor, right? Yeah, Brandon chose correctly. Yeah, Detroit Dave is saying Empire wins. Dust Tapes, can't forget those Tauntauns. And Detroit Dave called it either Quip seals it or the poll does. So hey, he's pulling for Empire Strikes Back. I gotta go with Batman 89. Hold on. So understandable, but trust playing with Joker, throwing money with the balloons.
Yeah,
I mean, again,
that was a
Prince
tough one.
soundtrack.
Prince John Williams was tough.
It's tough.
Billy D. William off, because Billy D. William was in both of these.
William,
You've got Harvey Dent and you've got Lando Calrissian. Lando Calrissian being a more significant role. Love Lando.
Both are two-faced. Both are two-faced. You had some betrayal.
You
You got him, Harvey Dent. Come on,
Got
man.
some parallels.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So with that, hold on. Let me get to the poll. Oh, where did it go? Where
This
did it
was
go? Where did it
hard.
go? Where did it go? Okay. So honestly, it is overwhelmingly in one direction.
No
So
way.
you guys, hopefully you're not peeking at it. I'm
I'm
gonna
not.
ask.
I don't even know
I'm
where
gonna
it
ask-
is.
I'm not
Okay.
looking.
All right. Hold on.
I-
So Sebastian already knows what it is. So
How do I
Brick,
know where it is?
Brick, did you see what it? Oh, sorry, Brick,
I
did you see
peeked.
what it was? Okay, all right.
Yeah,
So
I
you already
did.
peeked. All right, cool. So I won't ask you, Brandon. Where do you think the audience landed? Do you think they landed Empire Strikes Back, or do you think they landed Batman '89?
You know what? Maybe Empire, but Batman. These are this gonna be neck and neck, but I'm thinking maybe Batman.
Okay, all right,
Possibly.
Sebastian. What are you thinking? The audience went with Batman.
I
or
honestly
Empire?
have no idea. These are both nerdy properties, and we're all nerds. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna go with my pick, which was Batman, but I have no idea.
Okay, alrighty.
The force is with us all. So
And so, hovering the mouse, the winner,
yeah.
based on the chat poll, who is the tiebreaker, the ultimate arbiter of the champion of the Blurred Alert blockbuster bracket for 1980s action movies, 70% voted for
Damn.
Empire Strikes Back.
Look
All
at
right.
this.
All right.
So,
Wow.
I'm with
Okay.
it.
Smashing empires.
yes.
Smashing
So,
space Nazis.
Yeah.
We could
Yep.
use some Jedi's right now.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah. Woo! Okay, that was fun. That was fun.
That
bracket.
was cool.
Fun. That was
That was
edge of my
stressful, but
seat.
cool.
Yeah, I'm sweating, man. I'm sweating over here. That was really hard.
It was. It was. But I
Good job,
think,
Cliff. I love
again,
that.
I don't think there was one wrong answer with respect to the end. Respect to all these movies. And again, this was just based on box office numbers. But really, it is about just what did you personally enjoy? What movies did you love? If you weren't able to join us in the chat and you're part of the playback crew, let us know in the comments what your top 3 80s movies are. And you know what? Nobody can tell you that your top 3 is wrong because it's your top 3. So, all right. With that, Brick something. What do you got coming up in the week to come? Anything you want to shout out for where people can find you? Or
The quick main thing is the Brick Something news every Sunday, 3:45 p.m. Pacific. This Sunday, I'm actually really excited to have a high school buddy. He was like my nerd comic buddy, Marco Magallanes, who he does comic book art now. He's a comic book artist. And a fellow teacher at the same time. But he goes by Marco Finnegan. He's got 2 creator-owned books that he's created, as well as worked on stuff on larger publishing characters like James Bond recently. But check us out. We're gonna hang out. It's just gonna be catching up with a friend, really a nerdy friend, and catching him up because he and I used to buy action figures back in the 90s. But he has had a gap since then. And so some of the stuff that we're going to be looking at, I think, is going to kind of blow his mind. So
nice.
Awesome. Okay. Awesome.
I'll be tuning in for sure.
Yeah,
Cool.
Definitely. Always great watch. Sebastian, what do you got coming up or that you'd want to share with the group? Yeah.
I don't have much to share, but I do love this episode, and I do love hanging out with you guys. It is one of the highlights of my week outside of hanging out with family and all the beautiful things that I'm grateful to have. I did see before the stream that Mad Hatter got a Denver the Dinosaur. I don't know if it's a full review or not, but I know he posted a picture with it, and he tagged me on it. So maybe go give that a watch. I mean, it'll be entertaining to say the least because it's Hatter. I know we have a couple of cool guests that we have reached out to, or at least one that we have reached out to coming up. And like we mentioned, we have an appearance coming up with some friends of ours as well. So thank you for tuning in. And if you want to check out my Instagram, Sebastian Gomez Toys. And then, we'll see you next week.
Awesome. Thank
Right
you,
on.
Sebastian. All right. BG.
If you don't see me on here, which you usually will on Mondays, Give me a follow on Instagram at brandon.gash. Think I got a couple Mondo things coming out soon, so stay tuned. Some pretty exciting ones. So
Nice.
yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, awesome. And I don't have anything apart from Geek Dad Live's Sunday on the Geek Dad Life channel. Yes, we're on Geek Dad Life again instead of Geek Dad Life 2. We moved around a little bit, but we are back in our original home of Geek Dad Live. So yeah, check it out, Geek Dad Life. On YouTube, we start at 9-ish, very similar to how we started this stream. It's an ish, close to it. Sometimes 9:35, 9:38 if we're running a little later. But yeah, check us out. We're going to be talking toys and so much more.
Nice.
But with that, everyone, hold on. Let me bring everybody back up here. Want to thank you again, Brick, for gracing us with your presence, for platforming so many different people from all sorts of corners of the collecting community, for again bringing us all together on your stream to make what we're trying to accomplish now with Blurred Alert possible. So again, thank you for joining us. Thank you all in the chat for supporting us, for hanging in there. This was a longer show. We're coming up on 2 hours and 40 minutes. So with that, I'm going to release you all. Brandon's about to get in trouble. His wife just came in off camera.
Yes,
with that, we're going to end stream. Y'all take care. Have a good one.